The following is a presentation of the Ad Astra Sports Network, leading the way in regional sports coverage. Your home for the McPherson Bullpups is 98.9 and 1540 KMCP. Find exclusive Bullpup content online at adastraradio.com, including schedules, stories, and game day audio. Just ahead on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, we'll preview tonight's matchup. 98.9 and 1540 KMCP. The McPherson Bullpups play here.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit MidwayMotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Good evening and welcome to Derby for our coverage of McPherson High School basketball on the air. It's going to be a road trip for the McPherson High School Bullpups to continue the beginning of the 2024-25 season as the 1-0 Bullpups for both the girls and the boys set to the road to face off against the Derby Panthers. Good evening and thank you for tuning in to 98.9, 1540 KMCP at AstraRadio.com and the Ad Astra Radio app, and for watching the video live stream on AdAstraRadio.com/TV. This is Lane Gillespie here to bring you action in the front row of the bleachers here at Derby High School. You may hear some applause in the background. Well, that's because this pregame show is going to run a little bit longer than normal. The JV game is still going on here in the main gym, and once that's done, there will be at least a 15 to 20-minute pregame warm-up for both teams. This JV game has about 30 seconds left, so it's going to be a bit of a longer pregame. We probably won't get things going until about 10 minutes past the hour, but hey, the show must go on as we'll preview the Bullpups and the Panthers. The McPherson girls are 1-0 after a 60-41 victory over Dodge City a week ago, back on Thursday. On a terrific job at home where they shot about 40% on the floor, but struggled from behind the three-point line. They committed 29 turnovers, but Dodge City had 40 turnovers, which helped balloon the Bullpups into the win on the girls' side. The Derby girls are 0-1 on the year. They lost to Andover to start off their season on Thursday back here at home, or rather last Friday here at home. 57-44 was the final score, but Derby had to play without their star player, Michaela Askew, who's a 6'2" junior and can play like a combo guard. She had to deal with non-basketball reasons, which is what we heard from some local journalism teams. So she may be back in action here today. Her sister, Malaya Askew, is on the bench right now for the JV game, so Michaela may be available today for the Derby Panthers as the JV game just went final. When it comes to the boys team, both teams are 1-0 on the year. McPherson had a bit of a scare against Dodge City. 69-56 was the final score, but it was tied at the end of the third quarter between the two teams at 47, but McPherson was able to pull it off in the fourth quarter, ballooning themselves forward. They had 19 turnovers, but forced 25. Which partially helped the win, but also was part of the reason why McPherson struggled in the first 3 quarters was because of those high turnover numbers. Derby also 1-0. They had a close win against Andover last Friday to start off their season. Defensively, they went back and forth time and again. Both teams actually did, but the biggest struggle for Derby in that game and why they only won by 2 is because they struggled to shoot the ball. In fact, they shot about 38%, 27% from 3, and then only went to the free throw line 9 times last week against Andover. But they're led by Jackson Malvo, which that name sounds familiar. Then you may know why. He's from around the McPherson area originally, now playing for Derby. He had a 20-point, 11-rebound double-double. He's a 6'4" senior forward, but can play as a guard as well. But they also have other key guys like Jack Olwelling and Cale Klingon, who will preview more coming up later on in the broadcast. These two teams met last year at the Roundhouse in McPherson, and both teams came away with the win. In fact, the boys played them twice last year in the second game of the year and in the McPherson Invitational, in which they won by like double digits. We'll talk more about that with Mark Heidebrecht to give you the history between the Bullpups and the Derby Panthers. That's coming up right after this from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to coverage of Bullpup basketball on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
More of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsboro. For every mile of life. Your home for the McPherson Bullpups is 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Here's a bright idea. Internet should be fast and reliable. That's why IdeaTech is connecting towns and neighborhoods with modern fiber internet. Modern, fast, reliable internet. Another bright idea from IdeaTech. Find your plan today at ideatech.com. Here's a bright idea. The internet should work. That's why IdeaTech is building modern fiber networks across Kansas. Internet that just works. Another bright idea from IdeaTech. Find your plan at ideatech.com.
Best thing about my job is working with young kids.
The relationships that I get to establish and the smiles that we get to create.
I love being a dentist because lots of times people come in, they're nervous, scared, but being able to help them and change their smile, and it's just really rewarding to be able to be a part of that.
We'd love to see you at any of our locations. Big smiles and little places.
McPherson Dental in Buhler, Inman, Hillsboro, McPherson, and Lyons, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Welcome back into the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. The Bullpups getting ready to take on the Derby Panthers in a battle of two Ark Valley teams, but not in the same division. Derby, of course, being Division 1. But now it's time to give you the history. We're joined by Mark Heidebrecht, who is our Bullpup historian. Mark, thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome.
So these two teams met last year, of course, and that's not the only time that these two teams have met. These two teams have a pretty good history.
Yes, they do. Derby's always tough, and the overall series is still in McPherson's favor at 40-26. The series started back in 1978, and of course we played last year, and girls won 56-53 in McPherson. So we've played 66 games, and that ranks 6th out of the 105 basketball opponents since 1969. So we've played a lot of games with Derby. Our home record with Derby is 23-10, away 17-16. Offensive averages: McPherson averages 52.2 points per game. Derby averages 44.1 points per game. The girls have a one-game winning streak versus Derby on the basis of last year's win. Highest scores in the series: McPherson scored 83 points on December 11th, 1998 in McPherson for an 83-32 win. That was a state championship team, by the way. Derby's highest score in the series, 69 points on December 18th, 1987 in Derby for a 69-49 win. As far as winning streaks go, McPherson playing in McPherson had a 9-game winning streak from 92 to 2000. McPherson playing in Derby had a 7-game winning streak from 2003 to 2021. Derby has a 5-game winning streak, had a 5-game winning streak from 83 to 87. And Derby playing in Derby had an 11-game winning streak from 1982 to 1991. Since 1994, McPherson's record versus Derby has been 28-7. It doesn't seem like it.
I know.
It just doesn't. I mean, Derby has had some very tall, talented Division I players in the last 4 or 5 years, and it's been tough.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's the girls' history. Now, the boys played them twice last year, right. One in their second game of the year, and then in the McPherson Invitational, and beat them both times.
By a slim margin,
Very slim, yes.
So, you consider we had an undefeated team last year, and it took everything we had to beat them, so...
And the thing to keep track of too, there were only 3 instances last year where McPherson on their boys team won games by single digits. 2 of them were to Derby.
There you go. Well, the overall series is 46-23, so that's 2/3. The series started in 78, and of course we've played them a couple times last year. 69 games total with Derby, ranks 14th out of the 112 boys opponents we've played since 1937, so they're a routine opponent. Mm-hmm. Home record with Derby is 26-10, away 20-13. Offensive averages: McPherson averages 64.6 points per game, and Derby averages 56.1 points per game. Average winning margin: when McPherson wins, it's by 16.9 points per game, and Derby is 8.5 points per game. McPherson has a 2-game winning streak with Derby. based on the 2 games last year.
Right.
Highest scores in the series, McPherson scored 99 points on January 13th, 1984 in McPherson for a 99-47 win. Derby scored 86 points on February 18th, 1983 in Derby for an 86-78 win. Highest winning margins in the series, McPherson won by 54 points on December 14th, 1990 in McPherson by a score of 94-40. That was a state championship team, I might add. And Derby won by 29 points on February 5th, 2021 in Derby by a score of 72-43. Coach Kinneman's record versus Derby, 21-14, so it's pretty tight. Derby, playing in Derby, has a current
Okay. That's Mark Heidebrecht. We'll preview more coming up next in the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. You're listening to coverage of Bullpup basketball on KMCP.
Your home for McPherson Bullpup basketball. Find exclusive stories and streaming audio online at adastroradio.com or download the Ad Astra Radio app. 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Winter's coming. Get your equipment ready with a tune-up from Hometown Outdoor Power. With locations in McPherson, Minneapolis, and Salina, we'll keep your gear running smoothly all season long. Call today to learn more about our winter service promotion.
Need reliable electrical work? Call Head Electric in McPherson. We are locally family-owned and committed to providing quality electrical services. Give us a call at 620-241-3757 or visit headelectricinc.com.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Work from home. Work for yourself. Feed America. Visit happyeggfarms.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of McPherson County Athletics.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Welcome back to Derby High School as the Bullpups get ready to take on the Panthers of 6A Derby here tonight for their first road game of the season. As I mentioned before the break, the Bullpups are 1-0 on the year on the girls' side, as we'll now give you the Erickson Custom Building game plan for new construction and remodeling. Go online to ericksoncustom.com. I think to put it plain and simply for McPherson, it's just limit the turnovers. 29 turnovers is not at all a good mark to have. And I think, they're lucky that the 29 turnovers, even with that, they still won by 19 points because they did force 40 turnovers. We could see that the defense can be pretty good for this McPherson squad, but they have to kick it up a notch against this tough team in Derby because they have a lot of star athletes, players that could end up playing at the next level around Derby, but it's also kind of a young group for Derby. They, in fact, only have a pair of seniors on this squad. They lost quite a bit of their firepower last year when they came to McPherson and only lost by just 3 points. So this is a younger group for Derby, but it also is for McPherson, as we all know, because they lost all 5 of their starters last year. But both teams did get those first game jitters out of the way, and we saw plenty of those last week for both McPherson and also for Derby. So the key is just going to have to be to stay focused and make sure not to make any not so smart passes along the way, and try to limit the turnovers as much as you can. Now, Clint Kinneman did say they love to pressure. Derby does. McPherson does too. They love to go on the full court press, but Derby is going to do so as well against this McPherson offense. So I'm sure they practiced pretty much over this past few days on how to limit getting stuck in a full court press or even a trap for that matter. So that'll be something to look out for as we go into this game. But you're going to see plenty of that for both of these teams, for McPherson and for Derby. That's the Erickson Custom Building game plan. This broadcast is brought to you by Nextech Wireless. You can stream today's broadcast with the Ad Astra Radio app on your mobile device. Powered by Nextech Wireless. Shop for the latest phones and devices at the best prices. If you've been injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident, call Pile Law at 241-9000. Tom works to get the benefits you deserve. Special thanks to Pile Law for sponsoring today's broadcast. We're also brought to you by the following: McPherson College Admissions, Erickson Custom Building, Midway Motors, Prairie Land Partners, Stamatic, American Family Insurance with Steve Barr, Jar Automotive, and McPherson College Athletics. Those are our sponsors. Plenty more to come here as well that we'll announce as we continue. Still quite a few minutes before both of these teams get ready. We'll take another short break for the Midway Motors drive to the game. We'll be back in a moment to give you more pregame coverage of the Bullpups and the Derby Panthers. From the Midway Motors broadcast booth, you're listening to coverage of McPherson High School basketball on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
The Scooters Coffee Mom of the Game. Register your mom for a chance to win a Scooters Coffee gift card. Learn more at adastraradio.com. From Scooters Coffee in Hutchinson and McPherson and 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has served the unique needs of the ag industry. We get to know you and your operation, providing coverage for your farm, ranch, machinery, crops, livestock, and so much more. Find out why we've been the #1 ag insurer for 25 years. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Farm Bureau agent Luke Bauer in McPherson at 620-241-0225.
#1 ag insurer across our territory, 1996 to 2021 SNL P&C Group Direct Written Premium.
The Bradbury Company in Mound Ridge is recognized as a leading global equipment supplier for products like grain bins, steel framing, garage doors, metal roofing, and more. The Bradbury Company is a proud supporter of local schools and student athletes and wishes best of luck to all the teams.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Still a few minutes away from tip-off between McPherson High School and Derby High School for our coverage of basketball here on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP. Should be a fun doubleheader here today. It's going to be a tough schedule here to start off this non-divisional play, especially this early part of the season before the end of the calendar year. You know, I joked about it with some of the guys at the office that, they have. They had Dodge City last week, a 6A school. They have another 6A school in Derby here today. They have 5A Andover, who both the boys and the girls could be state contenders in 5A this year. And last year, the girls lost to Andover. The boys were able to beat Andover, but it could be a different case this year because Andover really kept their own here on Friday on this very building. That was thanks to their star player having over 20 points, which, of course, we'll talk about when we get to that game on Friday. That will be on the Roundhouse, and it will also be Wall of Fame night. You'll get to see recent Wall of Famers with plenty of state champions from last year, including some members of the boys basketball team from a season ago, a couple of members of the girls basketball team last year as well. So you should totally come on down to the Roundhouse this week, but if you can't, tune in here to KMCP as we'll give you as much coverage as we can of the Wall of Fame ceremonies, which will be between the girls and boys game. Again, that will be this Friday. But still back here in Derby as we're still about 5.5 minutes until tip-off between McPherson and Derby. And again, if you're just joining us, it's running a little bit later than normally scheduled. That's because the JV game earlier ran for a little longer than we were anticipating, but that finally came to an end at about 5:45 is when that officially came to an end. So, of course, 20 minutes in between games. We're going to get started in about 5 minutes' time. So, about 10 past the hour is when we'll tip off here for the varsity girls game between McPherson and Derby. It's going to be a fun one here tonight. I was talking to former legendary broadcaster, now retired, Steve Sell, and we both said this one could be fun, and both of these teams are really good going into this one. McPherson ranked by the KBCA, which the most recent rankings came out today. The girls are number 5 in 4A, and the boys are number 1 in 4A, still defending that title, as they're also defending a 26-game win streak. So that'll be something to look out for as the Derby basketball players are coming onto the court to warm up, which again, the tip-off will be in just about 4 minutes. Let's talk a little bit more about what's going on here today and kind of how they'll bounce back. As let's give you some players to watch. Don't have the starting lineups quite yet. We'll give those to you before tip-off, but for McPherson, some of the players to watch, their leading scorer on Thursday when they defeated Dodge City was Brooke Doyle. She had 17 points, shot 8 for 15. But Piper Alvord had a terrific game on Thursday. The sophomore, sister of Carter Alvord, who was the leading scorer last year. Piper had 15 points. She only shot 3 for 5, 1 of 2 from deep, but 8 for 10 at the free throw line. Good mark to have in your very first game. 8 to 10 at the stripe, which shows a lot of discipline when it comes to being at the free throw line. Any coach will love that around any level of basketball that you see. So those are a couple big players to watch out for, but there are some sleepers that could come through. We heard quite a bit about freshman Jersey Alexander on Thursday, who contributed with 5 points, shooting a perfect 2 for 2, 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Also had a couple of boards to her name. Riley Whitfield had 4 points and 4 rebounds. Jensen Alexander hit a couple of big shots from behind the arc for 6 points. And Bryn Littlejohn also had 3 points and 2 rebounds for McPherson in their win against Dodge City on Thursday. This could be a well-rounded group. It's just still a little bit young, as there's only one senior on this team, that being Ellie Bauer. She did only have 3 points and shot 1 of 5, but she did have 3 assists, which led the team as she really dealt the rock around and did a terrific job. We saw last year she could be a streaky shooter at times. There were some games where she was downright dominant and could not miss anything, even if you tried, but there are other games where, the point tallies didn't quite go to the higher end, but she is a very quick and scrappy player, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I think it's completely fair to say she is without a doubt the fastest player on the team this year for the McPherson girls, and she can go coast to coast before you could even blink, before you could say go Bullpups. So she's a terrific athlete, which is what's going to be big for McPherson going into this game. So those are some really key players, and we'll see how it goes. And again, for Derby, some key players to look out for. Their leading scorer in their loss to Andover this past Thursday was Alicia Fox, who had 13 points. She's a 5'8 sophomore and shot 6 for 9. But again, they were without their star player, Michaela Askew, for non-basketball reasons, and she could possibly be back here today. Don't see the jersey numbers quite yet, as everybody has their warm-ups on. Askew sports the number 33, but she is a junior, standing at 6'2". She is the tallest player on the team, but can play as a combo guard, which is going to be tough to stop for this McPherson defense. So I think the biggest thing that you can do if you're the McPherson defense, let's add one more thing to the Erickson Custom Building game plan that we didn't mention before. If you're a defender, if you're defending Michaela Askew, if she's playing in this one, keep her in front of you. Do not let her get behind you and drive all the way to the rim, because that is how she is going to get the majority of her points in this one. There's also Sayana Carter, who's a 5'8 freshman. She struggled to shoot the ball, but hit 5 for 9 free throws, 9 points, 11 rebounds. Again, a 5'8 freshman. They were going to have some other key players, including Shaddai Jackson, who was a 5'8 sophomore, but unfortunately out for the season with an ACL injury, was the news that we heard earlier on the week. So that one's certainly a key loss for them, but we'll certainly hope for the best for her moving forward. We'll step aside, and we will give you the starting lineups and tip-off of the girls' game right after this. From the Midway Motors broadcast booth, you're listening to Bullpup Basketball on KMCP.
The experienced team at Pyle Law is located at 705 West Kansas Avenue in McPherson and is ready to assist you with every aspect of your personal injury case. Tom and his staff have over 25 years of experience and work diligently to fight for the compensation you deserve. If you've been hurt at work or in a car or motorcycle wreck, call 620-241-9000 for a free consultation today. Evening and weekend appointments are available. Visit pylelaw.legal to find more information, and rest assured you're moving in the right direction.
Hey there, I'm James Dunlap from Farmers Alliance. Just like a winning sports team huddles up before the big game, we know that having a solid game plan in place ahead of time is key. At Farmers Alliance, we've got your back when it comes to protecting your loved ones before the unexpected strikes. Don't wait for a crisis to hit. Chat with your friendly, independent insurance agent today, whether you need to draft a plan from scratch or level up your existing one. Our Farmers Alliance team is here to prepare you for life's curveballs. Don't hesitate. Get in touch with your Farmers Alliance agent now.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
The starting lineups are being announced as we speak. Let's give you those starters while we have the chance here at Derby High School. They're brought to you by Ag 360 Insurance. Ag 360 Insurance here to partner in your legacy. Agent Star Nady or Cody Moores in Inman. For the McPherson Bullpups, they will be 5'6" senior, number 3, Ellie Bauer. 5'9" junior, 5 sophomore, number 21, Riley Whitfield. 5'8" sophomore, number 22, Piper Alvord. And 5'9" sophomore, number 45, Bryn Littlejohn. Lineup for the Derby Panthers: Callie Ricker, Michaela Askew. Again, Askew missed Thursday's game, or last Friday's game rather, against Andover, but she is back today as she was the star player last year, or one of the star players for the Derby squad, and is looking to start off her season on the right foot here this year. She's getting announced in the background, as you may hear, as we're in school, as they sport green and white. They have the bleachers on the far side all in green, but then they spell DHS in white and black on the far side, as they are just about the same here on this side where we are stationed here in the front row behind the scorer's table in a little media row here at Derby High School. Again, there is a shot clock here at Derby. As we mentioned, there's the shot clock trial going on this year in Kansas State High School Activities Association play. Again, not required for all schools, but every single opponent and every single game that the Bullpups will have for both the girls and the boys will have a shot clock in the regular season. And again, no shot clock in the postseason because this is still a trial period, and the Kansas State High School Activities Association will discuss whether they want to implement a shot clock full-time in the future years, but we will see. Both teams make their way on to the court here at Derby High School. A huge green letter D at midcourt in a white and black outline. Derby wearing their white jerseys, white shorts with green lettering and numbering, and McPherson their red jerseys and red shorts. Tip-off is won by Derby. They will go from right to left as we view the floor as we are underway here at Derby High School. 12 minutes behind schedule, but a first shot up. It's a three that won't go for Dinsmore. Long rebound into the corner, and it is taken by Brooke Doyle. McPherson with their first offensive possession. They move from left to right as we view the floor. They almost throw it away as Alvord, nope, she just kind of gives it up on the near side as it crossed midcourt. And Coach Clint Kinneman, the first-year head coach here at McPherson, was telling Alvord, hey, you could have had a chance to save it, but did not quite work out as such. Here to start things off. Still just 30 seconds in. Derby with the ball once more. Out front with the ball. Here's a three by Rickards. Off the mark. Rebounded by Littlejohn for McPherson. Those uniforms I mentioned, by the way, brought to you by McPherson Laundry. Here's a deep pass, a home run ball all the way to Doyle on the baseline. She's bumped, lost it, but it's taken by Derby. No whistle. Here come the Panthers on the other end. Askew on the right wing. Gives it up in the paint. Floater won't go. Rebound tipped about in the paint. McPherson with it once more. Ball fought for now on the deck, and Derby gets it back off the steal. Demel along two, banks it in. Coach Kinneman wanted any sort of call, jump ball, foul, anything. He got nothing. 2-0 Derby a minute in. Now some trouble by Whitfield. Jump ball is called. The arrow keeps it with McPherson. But now we'll have a timeout call by McPherson already. Just a minute and 7 seconds in. They want to talk things over, see if they can turn it around. Just trailing 2-0. 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. And thanks some of our sponsors for giving you this broadcast here today. Those sponsors being, I should say, TC Construction, Hometown Outdoor Power, Farmer State Bank, Crop Lumber, Mound Ridge Tractor, Happy Egg, Blue Stem Communities, and Hospice and Home Care of Reno County. First timeout called by McPherson in this one. They have 4 left. They use their 30-second timeout, one of which, I should say. So 4 left already. 2-0 Derby. 6:53 left first quarter. We're back underway as the Bullpups cross the timeline. Just about a second to spare with that 35-second shot clock. McPherson still with it. Doyle near side, bounce pass into Littlejohn, lost the handle, trying to get past Askew, but she collects the ball on the baseline, and here comes Derby. A couple of turnovers already by the Bullpups. Here's a tip pass by Bauer and a steal for McPherson. What a good defensive effort by Bauer. Littlejohn did not walk with it, thought there was going to be one, but a foul will be called on Michaela Askew, her first. Littlejohn got away with it, just a touch. Thought she dragged her pivot foot for a second, but no call given by the officials here today. 2-0. Derby still leads. Bullpups with the ball. 6:20 left first quarter. Bauer throws it away. Some miscommunication between she and Doyle. Long pass. Derby has a breakaway into the corner. A three. Misses short. Long rebound to Brooke Doyle. Already a couple of keyboards. She's stuck in the corner. Needs help. Deep pass. Bauer gets bumped and a foul. Good job by Ellie Bauer to draw the harm. This one called on Alicia Fox. Her first. Team foul number 2 in the quarter for Derby. 2 minutes in. McPherson looking to stay undefeated to start off the year at 2-0. Derby looking to get their first win here this year. They are 0-1 after losing to Andover on Friday, 57-44. Whitfield, backdoor feed into Doyle. Left-hand layup too strong. Rebound fought for. Littlejohn wins the battle, but misses the bunny. She got it back, had her shot blocked, but a foul called, and it will be, I believe, Brooke Doyle actually going to the line. Nope, it will be Bryn Littlejohn, as they will call the harm on Dinsmore. Alex Dinsmore, the 5'10 freshman, who did have a decent day against Andover on Friday. 5 points, 4 rebounds, but she did have 7 turnovers. Littlejohn at the free throw line missed the first one short. The public address announcer was still talking while she was shooting it, though. Don't know if that threw her off. Littlejohn was 1 for 2 on Thursday in their win against Dodge City. Missed the first one. Second one is good. Bullpups get their first point of the game. 2-1 Derby. 5:48 to go first quarter. Controlling the point is Alicia Fox. Crossing over past midcourt. High pass into the corner. Tough catch for Rickers, rather. And she stepped on the end line on the near side. A turnover for Derby. McPherson looking for their first field goal. Deep inbound. Bauer near side to Doyle. Crossing over in the paint. Puts one up. Blocked, but a foul called again. She'll head to the line. This one is on Carly Demmel. So 4 different players called for a foul for Derby, and 4 fouls for them already in this first quarter. McPherson has not been called for any fouls yet. Doyle at the line, 1 for 2 on Thursday. First free throw, high archer, goes in. Tie game 2 apiece. Both points coming off of free throws for McPherson. Littlejohn got one just a few seconds ago. 5:35 to go first quarter. Doyle bounces the ball at the free throw line. Does a little jump shot to shoot it. She thought it was off, but it went in. She raced to get the rebound because she thought it was going to be off, but nope. It'll be 2 free throws for Brooke Doyle. 3-2 Bullpups. 5.5 minutes left first quarter. Into the corner, Rickards. Held up by Doyle. Into the paint. Askew looking for a backdoor feed. It's tipped. Bauer trying to keep it alive. Tipped out of bounds. Whose ball? Derby's ball with 20 on the shot clock. They'll play it in on the baseline. It'll be Dinsmore to play it in. Ball above her head as she throws an overhead pass to Askew. Euro step into the lane. Scoop shot would not go. It almost did, but she did get fouled while she was trying to shoot. She'll head to the line with the first foul called on Ellie Bauer. Askew at the line. 3-2 Bullpups. 5:16 to go first quarter, here at Derby High School. Askew, the 6'2" junior, misses the first free throw short. Askew was one of the biggest stars for the team for Derby last year. No doubt she could possibly be playing basketball at the next level. She'll look to try to tie the game right here. A bend at the knees, free throw, pure swish. Her first point, timeout Derby. 3-3 our score, 5:16 to go first quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to Bullpup Basketball on KMCP.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Let the party begin where the pizza never ends. Come fuel up, raise up a cup, gather up your grub at the Hub.
Hey, it's Sammy, inviting y'all to join us in Mound Ridge. We have the station, coffee and bakery for all your ice cream, Lotus, and coffee fixes. Enjoy one of our world-famous brick oven pizzas while sharing an appetizer. We are your one-stop shop for your friends and family to gather. Get your grub at the Hub.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Welcome back to Derby. We stayed a little bit longer in the break than we would have liked, but a turnover by McPherson was the play as they were playing it in. Derby had their press that we talked about in the pregame, and Alvord was not able to control the ball. They turned it over. Derby with it to our left into the corner near side. Demmel high pass tipped away by Bauer again, this time stolen by Alvord. Bauer slow getting up, and now Alvord gets fouled. She's going to head to the line as McPherson's now in the bonus with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Fouls on Michaela Askew, her second. And that's going to be key for Derby as they'll have to bring Alex Dinsmore into the game to replace her. During that timeout, Sayana Carter came in for the first time, a 5'8" freshman who had 9 points and 11 boards on Friday. First free throw good for Alvord. Her first point of the game. All 4 points for McPherson coming at the charity stripe as Askew will check out again for Dinsmore. And we'll see how long head coach Brian Chadwick will leave Askew on the bench with those 2 fouls. Second free throw good. 2 for 2 at the stripe for Piper Alvord. 5-3 Bullpups. 5 minutes to go first quarter. Waving people around, bounce pass inside. Carter trying to have it poke loose. We'll have a tie-up call. Possession keeps it to Derby, but good defense that time by Piper Alvord. We'll see Marin Sambo come in for the first time. The first substitution for McPherson in this one. She'll check in for Riley Whitfield. Sambo's a 5'6" junior, 2 points, 3 boards on Thursday, but she did shoot 1 for 6. Inbound, wide open on the wing. Carter for 3, too strong and out of bounds. No, Derby saved it, but right to McPherson. My apologies. Doyle in a double team, needs help. Almost dribbled it out of bounds. Finally gave it up near midcourt. Littlejohn had the ball poke loose, and Bauer will collect it on the near sideline. They did cross the stripe in time. High pass into Doyle on the baseline. Guarded well. Kicks it outside to Sambo, but it's poked out of bounds. It will stay with McPherson. Shot clock at 19 when they play it in on the baseline to the left of the basket. 4:31 to go first quarter. Bullpups still lead 5-3 as Malaya Lansing will come in for Derby. She's a 5'6" senior, and she'll come in for Rickards. Lansing had 6 points, shooting 3 for 6 on Friday. Also had 1 rebound to her name. Sambo plays it in right in front of her. Alvord floats one up from 18, well short, may have been tipped. Rebound by Derby. They want to go deep. It's a 3-on-1, but a little bump foul is going to be called on Ellie Bauer. She has 2 quick fouls, so she'll have to check out. Whitfield will have to come back in. Both fouls from McPherson in this quarter are on Ellie Bauer. She will indeed head to the bench. 2 fouls, not a high mark in this quarter for McPherson. Again, McPherson already in the bonus because Derby has 5 in this first quarter. Pass inside, wide open. Layup is good for Demmel. 4 of the team's 5 points as we're deadlocked again. She was left open inside the paint. Alvord with a deep pass. Doyle in stride, 1-on-1. Shuffles her feet, no call. She lays it in. The first field goal of the game for McPherson, and it goes to Brooke Doyle as McPherson takes the 7-5 lead. Less than 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bullpups running a zone. They work to the right side in their 3-2. Open for a 3 now. Pure swish for Dinsmore. Her first 3 of the season and her first 3 as a Derby Panther. 8-7 Panthers here in the first quarter. Now a pass, fought for, taken away by Derby. A floater at the free throw line, misses off the window. Ball tipped, Derby gets the rebound, but a walk will be called on the near side on Sayana Carter. McPherson will get it back down 8-7. 3:29 to go first quarter. Whitfield looking for help as she wanted them to run a play, but nobody moved for a couple of beats. Now they play it in. Sambo and Whitfield double team. She needs help. They have about 3 seconds to try to cross, but Coach Kinnaman will call a timeout. The second that he's called in this one, he puts his hands on his head, telling them, hey, you gotta move it around a little bit more, as that's already 2 timeouts wasted by Coach Kinnaman. We'll keep it here as it's just a 30-second timeout. 8-7 Derby here in the first quarter. And for head coach Clint Kinnaman, Again, his first year at McPherson, 33rd overall year as a head coach, as he last coached for the Remington High School boys team over 2 seasons, but his most successful stints, if you could say, were back when he was in the head coach for St. John High School for their boys basketball team. Also coached former K-State standout Dean Wade and had 4 state titles there. They play it into the backcourt. Whitfield looking to step up. Here comes pressure. She needs help. Finally finds it with Alvord across midcourt. High pass intercepted on the near side by Fox. Here come the Panthers. Scanning the floor. Fox drives all the way, splits the defense, and scores. First points of the game for Alicia Fox. 10-7 Derby. On the other end, Whitfield inside. Littlejohn gets hacked, and she'll head to the line, as they'll call that foul on Mariah Herron, who just checked in over that timeout. Herron's a 5'6" sophomore, and we'll see Ellie Paulson come to the scorers table for McPherson. Littlejohn at the line for 2. First free throw, good. 2 for 3 on the game at the stripe is Littlejohn. 2:56 to go first quarter. Derby now leading 10-8. Can Littlejohn make it 10-9? She can. 2 for 2 at the stripe. 3 points for Littlejohn as Paulson will check in for Bryn. 10-9 Derby. 2:55 to go first quarter. Panthers with the ball. Controlling the point is Herron. Looking for help as she goes to her right. Into the corner far side for Carter. Dribbling to her left, they run a weave. Hand off Fox on a curl, right side on the wing. A big screen, pass inside, tipped by Alvord. Can they race to get the steal? No, they keep it alive. Was she out of bounds? I think they say that Alvord was out of bounds when she made contact with the ball. So it will be Derby's ball with 17 on the shot clock, as they'll play it in on the baseline. They need an inbounder quick, and they'll finally get one. Derby to play it in, looking for somebody on the right side on the baseline. Deep inbound near corner. Fox drives, floats too strong. Rebound Doyle. Doyle gives it up as a double came. Alvord with the ball near side on the sideline. High pass on the other end, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Derby. It will stay with McPherson. A lot of whistles blown in this one. A lot of tip balls out of bounds, as we'll have a substitution come in pretty late. As coming in for McPherson will be Carly Cooper for Brooke Doyle. Also see the return of Alex Dinsmore for Derby. 2:26 to go first quarter. McPherson to play it in. They do. Near midcourt, Whitfield holding the ball. Needs help. Bounce pass near side. Paulson gets held up. High pass into the corner. Was tipped out of bounds. It will stay with the Bullpups. 19 on the shot clock. .2:15 left in the quarter now. Alvord, cross-court feed, finds Sandbo on the other end. Left side, Whitfield. Shot clock winding down. Sandbo in the far corner. It's now down to 10. Cooper, far side. Alvord, shot clock down to 6, down to 5. Alvord picks up her dribble, bounce pass. Paulson puts one up, misses, but she's fouled. Late in the shot clock, Derby fouls Ellie Paulson, and she'll go to the line for 2. Foul on Sienna Carter, her first. What a key mistake by Derby, as now the Bullpups have a chance to tie or take the lead. First free throw banked in by Paulson. Hey, whatever works. Deadlocked at 10, 1:59 to go, first quarter. Can Paulson give the Bullpups the lead? No, misses just strong into the left, rebounded by Derby. Tied at 10, Derby has the numbers on the other end, but stepping out of bounds was Mariah Herron. She was thought about spotting up for a 3 on the right corner, but her back heel on her right foot touched the green end line on the far side, and another turnover. McPherson with the ball, going against the full court pressure once again. Whitfield, deep pass, an extra pass inside. Paulson had it poke loose, got it back. Did she travel? Yes. And Coach Kinnaman goes to his bench and says, hey, that one was really good offense. It just didn't end the way that they would have liked, but they were able to move the ball around pretty well. 1:40 to go in the quarter. We're dead even at 10. Out front with the ball is Heron, trying to hand it off and does. A late whistle and a foul called on McPherson, believe on Ellie Bauer, or not Ellie Bauer, she's not in the game, on Piper Alvord. Indeed, that's what the call is, her first, team foul number 3 in the quarter, as Bryn Littlejohn will come back in for Ellie Paulson. Derby to play it in, far sideline. Shot clock resets after the foul call. High pass, they want to go into the paint. They find Carter, who's caught up on a double. Swinging it back outside. Now driving, Dinsmore to the lane. Right-hand layup won't go. Rebounded by the Bullpups. Boy, they're fighting for the boards, and they're getting them. Here comes McPherson looking to push. Here's Cooper. High pass to Sandbo on the baseline. She's held up, needs to dribble, doesn't. Instead, finds Alvord as they'll set up a play. Alvord had it poked loose, a pickpocket and a steal. Here comes Heron, 1-on-2 break, Euro step, and she lays it in. Mariah Heron with her first points. Derby takes a 12-10 lead. Just a minute to go in the first quarter. Sambo has Littlejohn inside, wide open layup. It's good. 5 first quarter points for Bryn Littlejohn. We're tied at 12, 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Right side, Carter drives, high pass into the near wing. Hinson has to give it up and does. That was Dinsmore that gave it up. Out front now driving Fox. Right-hand scoop play up, crawls in. Good move by Alicia Fox. And McPherson down 14-12, but the shot clock is turned off. 22 seconds left in the first quarter. They might hold for the final shot. The ball would go to them to start off the second quarter if there's no tie-up called. On the drive, Cooper shot up, no, rebounded by Derby with 10 seconds left. Here's a deep pass that's tipped. Sambo could not collect it. Carter drives and lays it in. 4 seconds, the clock is still running. They're not going to get a play in, and that's the end of the first quarter. 16-12, Derby leads through 1 quarter of play. We're back with the second quarter coming up right after this from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to Bullpup Basketball on KMCP.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Is that you, McPherson? This is Julie with RC Heating and Cooling. Did you hear what I heard? It's the most wonderful time of the year, and here at RC, we want you to have a comfortable holly jolly Christmas. Whether you're wanting a cold white Christmas or wishing you were saying Mele Kalikimaka, we hope you stay warm when it's cold outside. Call us at 620-241-2787. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad from RC Heating and Cooling.
Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Derby with a 16-12 lead through 1 quarter of play against the McPherson Bullpups. First with the girls basketball team here today. It's a bit of a back and forth affair, but recently a couple of turnovers or ill-advised shots by McPherson have crawled them into a 4-point hole here to end the quarter, but McPherson will start off the second quarter with the ball, moving from left to right as we view the court here at Derby High School. We talked about this with Andover. We didn't quite see it last year as much. With the scoreboards, the game clock is kind of separated in red and green. No, it's not because of Christmas. It's in red when the clock stops, and green when the clock goes. We'll talk more about that later. McPherson with the ball. Alvord near side to Doyle. Shuffled her feet, almost walked as she picks up her dribble. Needs help. Way out in the perimeter. Whitfield with it. Gets past her defender on the elbow. Floats, and it crawls in. Right side of the rim. Backboard and into the bucket to trim it to within 2. Whitfield's first 2 points of the game. Panthers with it. Lansing, ball above her head, kicks it out near side for Fox. Handoff on a weave to Carter. Michaela Askew in the game with 2 fouls into the quarter. Carter wide open 3, way too strong. Rebound fought for, and a jump ball will be called. The arrow to Derby. 7:09 to go first half. 16-14 Derby over the McPherson Bullpups. Back and forth affair we have here in the early going between the two squads. 14 on the shot clock when they play it in, and they do. Far side for Demmel. Carter with it right side, way out in the perimeter. Shot clock at 7, drives, backdoor feed, tipped by Doyle, but it's out of bounds. Good idea, but better defense by Doyle. Derby keeps it with the shot clock down to 5. Carter will play it in on the left side of the baseline. Kicks it near side, down to 4, down to 3, driving. Shot blocked and taken by McPherson. What a block by Alvord, but then they turn it over. Derby on the other end. Demmel for 3. Too strong. She gets her own rebound. Goes inside, misses the shot. Askew tried to keep it alive, but it's Alvord with the rebound. McPherson with it on a double team. Whitfield looking to give it up and does. Little John to Doyle. Doyle driving on Carter. Ball loose. Doyle dives for the ball. Needs to give it up. It's stolen. Deep pass. Here comes Askew. She's all alone, and she will score. 18-14 Derby. 6:20 to go first half. Askew with 3 points for the Panthers here in this first half. Littlejohn picks up her dribble. Needs help. Finds Alvord near side. Alvord has not been able to get a shot up as she trips and falls, and Derby gets the steal. Deep pass near side. Demmel stops from 18 feet, shoots, misses. Askew the offensive rebound, lays it up and in. Timeout McPherson. That was just a Darwinism type play. You know, bigger player gets past smaller player. That was not easy for McPherson, and Askew was able to pull that off. It's a full timeout as the Bullpups are now down to 2 timeouts left in the game after calling 3 so far in the first few minutes of play. We'll step aside. We'll be back in 30 seconds from Derby High School. From the Midway Motors broadcast booth, you're listening to Bullpup Basketball on KMCP.
98.9 and 1540.
A special service for a lost loved one is the first step in healing. Glidden Edgar Wiggins Funeral Home can help you plan that special service to honor your loved one. That specialized service that calls together the hearts and the minds of all who love them. It's a gift of memories and healing. A priceless gift for peace of mind. A fitting way to say goodbye to someone so loved. Leave it to Glidden Edgar Wiggins Funeral Home.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
20-14 Derby leads. McPherson forced to call their third timeout of the game. 5:58 to go here in this first half. A recent run by the Panthers. Just a quick 4-0 spurt after McPherson trimmed it to within 2. And now they trail by 6, which is their largest of the game. And then they turn it over. Whitfield with a bad pass, stolen away by Demmel. High pass near side. Rickards looking inside. Now swings it out right side. Harris for 3. Misses short. Ball out of bounds. It will go to McPherson. Maya Harris, the one that shot that. 5'8" sophomore, did not play in their game against Andover on Friday. Getting her first cuts and was wide open for a 3. 20-14 Derby. McPherson with the ball once again. Bounce pass, Littlejohn gives it up near side. Alvord crosses, wants to drive all the way, floats it up. It's rejected and taken by Derby. It was blocked by Dinsmore. Here come the Panthers. Demmel gets hit from behind and a foul called on McPherson on Brooke Doyle. Doyle's first. She has 4 points in this first half. Their leader in scoring is Bryn Littlejohn with 5. Shot clock resets to 35, as that's the first team foul for either team in the second quarter. 5:10 to go, second quarter. Derby with the ball, running a weave. Harris, handoff near side for Demmel. Still running right. What a great feed inside, but the left-hand layup was well short. May have been blocked by Doyle. She gets the board and then throws it too far, intended for Piper Alvord. Just a touch too far for that one, as another turnover gives it back to Derby. 4:59 to go in the quarter. Ellie Paulson checks in for Bryn Littlejohn. Immediately they throw into the paint. Great up fake and blocked out of bounds by Brooke Doyle. What a rejection on the secondary defensive effort by Doyle. Only 3 seconds came off the clock on that possession, so Derby will play it in on the near corner. Demmel to Harris on the near wing. She'll just fire it up over Doyle. Misses strong, rebounded by Alvord. Alvord fighting away. Now a deep pass and a foul called on Derby. Called on Sarai Graham. Graham, the 5'5" freshman, who had 5 points and 6 boards on Friday. Shot clock resets to 35. 4:40 to go first half. Bullpups down by 6. Bauer, ball above her head, lost it, stolen by Harris. Bauer gets away with a bump. Harris drives and lays it in with the left hand. Another timeout call by head coach Clint Kinnaman. They just have one left as he is just beside himself here today. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout with them, and we'll be back in a moment from Derby High School. The Bullpups trail 22-14 here in this second quarter. From the Midway Motors broadcast booth, you're listening to Bullpup Basketball on KMCP.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Playing Santa isn't always easy. Holiday stress levels are high, and the list of people to buy for keeps growing. Great Plains Federal Credit Union can take the stress out of your holiday shopping with Visa gift cards. They are the safe and easy way to ensure your loved ones get the perfect gift they've always wanted. Stop by today to get your holiday Visa gift cards at Great Plains Federal Credit Union, with locations in McPherson, Salina, Hillsboro, and Abilene. Member NCUA.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
22-14, Bullpups are trailing after giving up a 6-0 run here in the second quarter. They only have one timeout left as head coach Clint Kinnaman is just unhappy with this first half play by the Bullpups. McPherson with the ball, going against the full court pressure. Whitfield picks up her dribble, needs help on a double deep pass. Alvord inside, ball poked loose and stolen again. Deep pass on the other end. Demmel on the baseline. Caught up, pass inside was tipped. Was it tipped again as it goes out of bounds? Yes, off of Derby. It'll go back to McPherson as Bryn Littlejohn will check in. 4:08 to go in the half. Alvord, deep pass intercepted all the way home. Layup is good by Kelly Rickards. Rickards with the steal and the score, what you could call a turnover for a touchdown. 24-14 Derby. Doyle on the other end. Wild shot won't go. There go again. Deep pass near side. Graham discards the defender and scores. McPherson down 26-14. 3.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Littlejohn caught up near midcourt. Picks up her dribble, and a foul is going to be called on Rickards, her first. Brian Chadwick, the head coach, did a little high step. He wasn't quite happy with the call, as we'll see a mass substitution for both teams. For McPherson, we'll see Jensen Alexander in for the first time. We'll see the return of Piper Alvord and Carly Cooper. But the five on the floor right now are the starting five, except for Carly Demmel, as Sienna Carter is the one replacing her. Oh, also Mariah Herron is in for Rickards. Here's a tip and a steal by Askew. 2-on-1. Bounce pass, Herron lays it up and in. Everything coming up, Panthers. 3:05 to go in the half, 28-14. They're on a 12-0 run. High pass stolen away by Askew. Derby again in a 4-on-2. High pass and a travel called on Fox. As we'll see another platoon swap. Coach Kinnaman had to bring 4 onto the bench so they could talk it out. Everybody but... Now we have some confusion. There are there are 5. Okay, Piper Alvord was the only one that did not check out. Starting 5 on the floor now for McPherson. 28-14 Derby. 2:49 to go. Here's a tip ball out of bounds, and it'll go to Derby. I don't have the official turnover markers for you. I personally don't keep track of those on my scorebook, but let's just say it ain't pretty. Derby to play it in, doubling McPherson's score. Maybe adding to it is Askew, but she doesn't hit. Rebounded by the Bullpups. Bauer crosses midcourt. She wants to push near side. Alvord has not had really any chances to put up a shot. Alvord caught up, loses the ball again. A fight for it, and a jump ball call. The arrow keeps it to McPherson. 20 on the shot clock. 2:24 to go in the first half, and the Bullpups need any bit of light to end this half as soon as possible. Little John, handoff near side for Alvord. Steps left, drives, layup won't go, but a foul on the floor is the call. Fox called for her second foul. They call it on the floor, so it's just a side out on the baseline with the shot clock resetting. Coach Kinnaman thought she was shooting. Bounce pass off the play-in. Little John on the baseline. Turns, shoots one up, misses, but a foul. That one's a shooting foul, as that one's called on Carter, her second. 3 different Panthers called for 2 fouls on this game. Bryn Littlejohn going back to the line. Can they finally put an end to this Derby run? Again, a 12-0 spurt for the Panthers. Littlejohn's first free throw is short. So it remains 28-14 Derby. Littlejohn at the line. The southpaw shoots one up and hits. 1 for 2 at the stripe is Bryn Littlejohn. 6 points for her in this first half. Derby up 28-15. Carter, bounce pass to Askew, tipped. Carter gets it back on the drive. Poke loose again, out of bounds. Was it off Derby? Yes, it goes to McPherson. They need a run and need it fast. 2 minutes left in the half. Whitfield gets it off the inbound, crossing midcourt. Not a whole lot of pressure until they get to the half court. Whitfield picks up her dribble, needs help. High pass, Bauer collects it near side. Cross-court feed, Littlejohn, but some miscommunication. Doyle went up to get the ball, but a foul's going to be called on Derby, and that puts McPherson in the bonus. Foul called on Carter. That's her third. So shooting 2 will be Brooke Doyle as the Bullpups are in the bonus. 5 team fouls on Derby in this quarter. Bullpups in the bonus for the second straight quarter, but still trailing 28-15. Doyle's first free throw, pure swish. 5 points for Doyle in this first half. As Demmel will come to the scores table for the Panthers. Second free throw, Doyle, yes, 2 for 2 at the stripe. Make that now 6 points for Brooke, the 5'9" junior. 100 seconds remain in the half, 28-17 Derby. Fox on the right wing. Scans the court. High pass near side for Kelby Klingon, who just checked in. And back out front for Heron. Bullpup still running up a zone. Klingon gets past Doyle. Fires from 18. Swish. Klingon is a 5'10" sophomore. Quite possibly related to Kale Klingon on the boys team, who is a 6'8" junior. So a tall team, or a tall family, I should say. Backdoor feed, tipped out of bounds, off Bauer. It'll go to Derby. 30-17 Panthers. Rickards and Harris check back in for the Panthers. Askew will head to the bench, 1:07 left, second quarter. Derby's lead is 13. Just 1 point shy of their largest lead of the game. High pass near side, almost over the head of Fox, but she collects it. They swing it around on the perimeter, far corner. Ball picked up, Rickards will try a 3, short. Rebound, McPherson. Whitfield gets it, kind of holds so everybody can get past her. No pressure this time, deep pass, Doyle lost it out of bounds. Was it tipped? Yes, is the call. It'll go back to McPherson. Shot clock and game clock separated by about 13 seconds here in this second quarter. 29 on the shot clock, 42.8 left in the half. They play it into Bauer. McPherson has not had a single outside shot in this game, but in contrast, Derby just has one. Doyle just keeps her foot in bounds as she drives all the way. Right hand layup, good. What a job by Doyle, taking it herself, cutting into this deficit. 30-19, 25 seconds left in the half. Shot clock is dark. Harris, right wing, gives it up into the corner. Demmel for 3, short. Rebounded by Bauer. Bauer needs help as she's double teamed. Still needs it. Finds Alvord. They have to cross midcourt, and they do. Deep pass. Doyle's all alone. Steps back to avoid the defender and scores. Here's a half-court heave by Harris. At the buzzer, no. What a run by McPherson to end the half. They're within single digits. 30-21 is our score going into halftime. Derby with the lead. We'll be back after this for the Great Plains Federal Credit Union halftime reports as we have coverage of Bullpup basketball on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
You're listening to the Great Plains Federal Credit Union halftime report. Great Plains Federal Credit Union, placing people before profit. 98.9 and 1540 KMCP. The McPherson Bullpups play here.
This holiday season, gear up for the ultimate fans on your list at Art Shirt Gear for Sport in downtown McPherson and Lynchburg. We have your local Bullpup and Viking apparel, to KU, K-State, Chiefs, and Royals gear to keep your crew cheering in style. And don't forget about all the unique and one-of-a-kind sports collectibles. Make it a Christmas to remember. Shop local at Art Shirt Gear for Sport today and wrap up your holiday shopping with us.
It's halftime. Let's talk about what's going on in the world of sports with the Ad Astra Radio halftime report. Well, last night was a big day for college football as the Heisman Trophy finalists were announced for the 90th annual Heisman Memorial Trophy. The 4 finalists are Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel, Colorado cornerback / wide receiver Travis Hunter, Boise State running back Ashton Jainty, and Miami quarterback Cam Ward. The trophy winner will be announced this Saturday, December 14th at 7 o'clock, which will air live on ESPN. Monday Night Football concluded Week 14 of the NFL season last night, and it was an interesting game for the Dallas Cowboys, who fell just short once again, but on a botched play. In the fourth quarter, with less than 2 minutes remaining, they blocked a punt by Cincinnati, but then their punt return team touched the ball, and it was returned by the Bengals, who then was able to keep the ball on offense with a fresh set of downs, and just a couple of plays later were able to score on a go-ahead touchdown 40 yards out from Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase to give the Bengals their 27-20 victory. Both teams are now 5-8 on the year, but that now puts the Cowboys at 1-6 at home games, as both teams are still in third place in their respective divisions. The NFL season will continue on Thursday for the start of Week 15 between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Switching over to KU women's basketball, after recording her first career double-double against Wichita State on Thursday, KU's Reagan Williams was named the Big 12 Freshman of the Week yesterday. She had 13 points, 11 rebounds, and shot 4 for 7 of the field, 5 for 9 on free throws in their win over the Shockers last week. Well, coming up tomorrow, we'll have more coverage of basketball on our Ad Astra Radio airwaves. We'll have college basketball on 98.9, 1540 KMCP. McPherson College will host Bethany College. Pre-game coverage will begin at 5:45. The women will play at 6 and the men at 8. And also on Kansas Rocks 100.3, Sterling College will be at home as they will host Bethel College. Pre-game coverage also starts at 5:45. The women will play at 6 and the men at 8. That's your halftime report. More basketball coverage is coming up right after this.
The second you climb onto a John Deere and sit in the yellow seat, you'll notice that the difference between the 1025R and the competition is more than paint. It feels like it was designed with a better understanding of real-world performance needs and features you'll appreciate over the long-term ownership. At Prairie Land Partners, they went head-to-head with the competition to prove it. Stop by today to see the difference for yourself.
Delivering the right solution. Prairie Land Partners.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Welcome into the Great Plains Federal Credit Union halftime report as the Bullpup girls trail 30-21 over the Derby Panthers here today. It was a back and forth game in the first quarter. In the second quarter, it was a game of runs between the two schools. Derby at one point went on a 12-0 run. After leading 16-14, they then led 28-14. Then McPherson went on a 7-2 spurt to end the second quarter, as there were a couple of botched plays by Derby. A 3 with about 12 seconds left McPherson open for a chance to get an easy layup, and they converted. So 30-21, Derby leads, but with how the first half has gone, it definitely could have been way worse for McPherson, but they've got to try to find ways to get past the Derby pressure, and that's been their biggest downfall in this one, as they've turned the ball over quite a few times. Again, don't have the finals stats for that. Of course, we will after the game, or after today, I should say, after the full day today, with those being put on huddle. But right now we don't have those, and we won't for this game. But let's just say it's probably going to be a pretty high mark. But only for McPherson in their 21 points, 5 different scorers. Brooke Doyle leads the way with 10 points. Bryn Littlejohn has 6. Piper Albert has 2 points. Riley Whitfield has 2 points. And Ellie Paulson with 1 point. Ellie Bauer, Marin Sambo, Jensen Alexander, and Carly Cooper have all played but have not scored yet in this game. Meanwhile, for Derby, they have played quite a few players, and only one of them has not scored. They have, their leading scorer is Michaela Askew with 5, and then 3 players have 4 points, those being Carly Demmel, Alicia Fox, and Mariah Herron. 3 points on the board for Dimsmore, that being Alex Dimsmore, and then 5 players with 2 points, those being Callie Rickards, Kelby Klingen, Sarai Graham, Sienna Carter, and Maya Harris. And then no points so far from Malaya Lansang, who was only in for a couple of minutes of time. But, yeah, what a job for Derby, as they've played 11 players, and 10 of them have scored. 10 different players have scored for the Derby Panthers, and they're able to really spread the wealth. And, defensively, they've really picked it up against McPherson on that pressure, which is why they're up 30-21. The boys' teams are warming up as we speak. They'll play after this girls' game, about 20 minutes after the girls' game. And speaking of which, we'll have second half action coming up right after this. We thank you for tuning in to the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Halftime Report, as we will continue this coverage of girls basketball coming up right after this break. From the Midway Motors broadcast booth, you're listening to coverage of Bullpup basketball on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
More of the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Halftime Report is coming up after this. Next, we'll recap tonight's first half stats. Your home for the McPherson Bullpups is 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Devin. Together we are Stematic of Central Kansas, with a new location at 209 North Main in downtown McPherson. We are here to help, offering water, fire, and smoke restoration, mold remediation, carpet and upholstery cleaning, as well as hard surfaces like tile and even grout cleaning. Don't forget about the places you can't see, like air ducts and dryer bits. Find us on Facebook or online at stematicofcentralks.com for a free estimate to see how Stematic of Central Kansas can help you.
Oh, and honey, don't forget.
Call Stematic, you'll be ecstatic.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. So like your first dream home? Yep, their agents can help you bundle and find the right home policy at the right price. Now that's the dream. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Visit your local American Family Insurance agent, Steve Barr, at 807 North Main, McPherson.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Second half action just moments away between the Bullpups and the Derby Panthers. Again, this is Lane Gillespie bringing you action here courtside, just a row above courtside at the front row of the bleachers here as we are at Derby High School. Before we get to the second half, McPherson Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. We had some games around our Adash Radio airways that began earlier because of some early seasons. For example, Iola, their boys defeated Osage City 67-63 earlier. Their girls team lost to Osage City 60-24. But a current game that is going on are the Buhler Crusaders, and it is 27-18. The Buhler Crusaders lead over Goddard at halftime, again, for their girls' game. Also, Trinity Catholic is at home against Wellington as part of the Cheney tournament, but they are playing at home first. Trinity Catholic is down 57-10, but Wellington is who they're going up against, who was the state runners-up last year in 4A. We're back underway as Derby will start off the second half going from left to right as we view the floor, and they turn it over. Littlejohn able to get the steal on the baseline. Here comes McPherson. They can trim it I'm just going to give up on that. On the drive, Doyle floats it up, misses, but a foul She'll go to the line for 2, as they'll call the foul on Dimsmore. What I was trying to say is cut it to a 2-possession game, but for whatever reason, digit came to my mind, so that's why I stumbled a little bit. Doyle at the free throw line. First free throw, back rim, and it crawls in. 11 points of the team's 22 for Brooke Doyle. Tremendous player in volleyball this year. It will no doubt be the same for basketball. Second free throw doesn't go. Nobody back in to rebound for McPherson. Doyle almost got the rebound, but they got the board. Did Derby. Demmel with the rebound, and she gives it to Rickards, who will control the point as they run a play. Rickards out front. Here comes a double. Left side, and a travel will be called. A turnover will put it the other way. McPherson will get the ball. Now they can bring it to a 2-possession game. 30-22 Derby, 7:25 to go in the third quarter. McPherson with a terrific last couple of minutes of game time. Little John right side throws it away. Miscommunication between she and Whitfield. And it's out of bounds. Back to Derby it'll go. Again, 10 different scorers for Derby. Nobody has more than 5 for the Panthers. Their leading scorer is Michaela Askew with those 5 points. Near side, Dimsmore kicks it into the corner for Demmel. Swings it on the near wing once again. Looking for help. Demmel once again into Askew. Askew drives, lays it up, and it's good. Michaela Askew with a terrific, tough bucket, giving her 7 points on the game and putting Derby up 10. 32-22 they lead. Over a minute in, here's a steal by Demmel. She can go coast to coast, layup, good. Another easy bucket for Derby after getting the steal. And Derby now up by 12. Here's Alvord on the right side, almost gave it up, but loses it out of bounds, and it will go back to Derby. Well, after starting off the quarter well, the last about 45 seconds kind of gone the opposite direction. Derby with the ball, far corner, Demmel looking for help. Doyle guarding her well. She swings it far side, Dimsmore. She kicks it out. Fox near side, Rickards. Shot clock at 20, still plenty of time. Demmel has tried a couple of threes. She has it in the corner. She doesn't here. She's missed all of them. Near side, Rickard steps up, fires from 16. Just wide, rebounded by Doyle. Here comes McPherson. But a steal by Fox all the way. A layup, no, but a foul on Doyle, which will put Alicia Fox at the line. This defense by Derby has just been overwhelming for this McPherson offense. Fox at the line, first free throw, in and out. She has 4 points on the game, as we'll see Lansing come in for Derby, replacing Dinsmore. Fox will have another chance at the line. Derby up by 12. Can Fox make it 13? Does not. In and out. What happened here? That last one probably didn't count. It was rebounded by Derby. Nobody moved. So I guess that one didn't count. Now the second free throw. In and out again. Rebounded by McPherson. Doyle got the board. High pass. Bauer looking to drive. Bauer stops, gives it up. Near side, intended for Little John, but she threw it behind her, and another turnover. Assistant coach Brant Buss had to catch that errant pass on the near side. Kind of slammed the ball down, too, in disgust. 34-22 Derby, 5:40 to go, third quarter. High pass, Askew, a lob inside. Collection shot blocked by Bauer. Getting it back, though, was Lansing. Caught up in the corner. Swings it inside, Fox into Demmel, laying it up and in. Good ball movement by the Panthers. It's 36-22. Whitfield had her pass tipped. Littlejohn has it out front. Thought about shooting. Instead, Whitfield will drive, float, and miss, but a foul on Demmel. And Riley Whitfield will head to the line. Demmel's second foul. As Whitfield, with 2 points, will get her first trip to the stripe. 5:15 to go in the third quarter. First free throw in and out. McPherson started off the game well at the charity stripe, struggled as of recently. Well, again, so has Derby. Second free throw, good. Just 2 points in this quarter for McPherson. 5:15 to go in the third. 6 for Derby. It's 36-23 Panthers. High pass into the lane. Askew, floater, yes. 9 points for the 6'2" junior, Michaela Askew. They play it in. Bauer wanting to push. Caught up by Askew. Needs help. Finds Doyle in the backcourt. Doyle finally crosses the midcourt stripe. Alvord, cross-court feed to Bauer. She'll just chuck it up. Misses short. Offensive rebound. Whitfield had it blocked, but she is fouled, and she'll head to the line. Chadwick, the head coach for Derby, not happy as the foul's called on Lansing, her first. And going to the line for two will be Whitfield. Lansing is the only player that's been on the floor for Derby that has not scored. First free throw, good. .448 to go in the third quarter. Derby still with a 14-point lead. Second free throw short, 38-24 the score. Derby with a rebound. On the near side, Lansing gives it up with a bounce pass. Rickards looking inside. She has not dribbled it yet. Now finds Askew on the corner, guarded by Bauer. Askew cross-court feed, far side, stopping into the corner. Demmel up fakes, fool two defenders. Bounce pass into Askew is stolen away by Bauer. Askew tries to pick it up defensively, finds Doyle. Doyle into Littlejohn. Littlejohn on the drive. Tough layup is good. Bryn Littlejohn with the lefty hook. 38-26 Derby. Littlejohn with 8 points. Second on the team behind Doyle's 11. On the other end, Lansing for three. Rattles it home. A line drive shot. As now every player for Derby who's been in has scored. It's 41-26 Derby. 3:55 to go in the third. More fans start to file in. More students do too here at Derby High School ahead of the boys game. Back here though, Alvord almost lost it out of bounds on the right wing. Once a screen, didn't quite get one. Alvord now drives, gets bumped, and a foul will be called on Fox. That's her third. Team foul number 4 for Derby. Marin Sandbo and Ellie Paulson will check in for the Bullpups for Riley Whitfield and Bryn Littlejohn. Also heading to the scorers table is Carly Cooper. For whom? For Piper Alvord. 3:42 to go, third quarter. Shot clock resets to 35 after the foul. Next foul puts the Bullpups in the bonus. Sandbo on the right side off of a bounce pass by Doyle. Handoff out front for Cooper. Cooper caught up, gives it up near side, but it's stolen away by Derby. Lansing, high pass on the far side. Demmel kind of Euro steps, had her shot blocked and wrestled away by Paulson. What a play by the junior. Bullpups still trailing by 15. Bauer controlling the point, crossing the timeline on the far side as they go from right to left. Paulson near side, gets stolen. Here comes Askew one-on-one with Bauer. Askew all the way, scoops it around Bauer, but misses, got it back. Lefty layup rattles out, rebounded by McPherson. 0 for 2 on that drive was Michaela Askew. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Bullpups still trail 41-26. Sambo lost it. Just kept it in bounds as she collects the ball. Sambo picks it up. Out to Cooper. Cooper driving, had it poked loose, got it back, needs help. Bounce pass into Paulson. Backing down Askew. Shot up, blocked by Askew. Offensive rebound, but then she throws it away. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Derby. Jensen Alexander will head to the scorers table. And she will check in wanted to check in for Ellie Paulson. But now Ellie Bauer is going to come in, or come out rather. (41-26) Derby. Still waiting to get the ball played in. They finally do. Coach Kinnaman not happy with the defensive play call because he doesn't think that the team is running the defense he's calling. Askew drives, gives it up inside. Lefty layup is good by Carter. Another defensive breakdown for the Bullpups, and they trail by 17, their largest deficit of the game, 43-26, 2:05 to go in the third quarter. Doyle lost it, dives for the ball. Askew comes in. Alexander gets it, but then throws it away. Here's a deep pass. Askew just rifles it inside, but the layup well short by Graham. McPherson with it. Alexander poked loose from behind. It will go out of bounds and stay with McPherson. 1:47 to go in the third. Shot clock at 29. As Ellie Bauer will come back in for Brooke Doyle. Sambo to play it in. Kicks it out, Paulson, open, now kicks it near side. Alexander, wide open corner three, short, offensive rebound. Cooper had her shot blocked by Askew, taken by Derby. This is turning into a Panther slugfest. Carter on the drive, misses the shot, but a blocking foul on Bauer, and Carter will go to the line for two. Bauer's third foul. Carter back at the stripe. Her first trip, 43-26 Derby. Derby has outscored McPherson in this quarter 13-6. 13-5 rather. First free throw good, so 14-5. You see Brooke Doyle come back in and Bryn Littlejohn as well for McPherson, as now Bullpups having some trouble figuring out who's going to go where to try to rebound the ball. Been breakdown after breakdown for McPherson. Second free throw by Carter. Rolls off. Offensive rebound. Put back by Askew. Won't go. Rebounded by McPherson. Alvord caught up. Finds Bauer near side. Bauer on the drive. High pass. Whitfield. Baseline. Defender falls down. Whitfield had an open lane to shoot, but gives it up as a Derby player's down in the paint. And we're finally going to stop play because Mariah Herron is down in the paint. She'll slowly make her way up as she is limping off the court. The athletic training staff coming onto the court. So did JV coach Ashton Petrizer, as McPherson will play it in. Shot clock is at 20 after playing in after the injury timeout, which is brought to you by Pia Law, by the way. Littlejohn, baseline, Doyle, 10 to shoot. Doyle drives, lost the ball. Ball on the deck, in the paint. She gives it up. Littlejohn fires short, rebounded by Derby. 1 minute left in the third quarter. Almost out of bounds, then a foul is going to be called on Doyle. Just team foul number 2, but Doyle's third. 57 seconds to go, third quarter. Derby up 44-26. An 18-point Panther lead. Breakdown after breakdown after breakdown. I hate sounding like a broken record, but that's just about calling it. Deep three, you bet. Sarai Graham pulled up from about 23 feet, and it fell in. 47-26 Derby. 35 seconds left in the quarter, and another steal. Shot clock turned off for Derby, but they're in a fast break. Here's a deep pass. Right-hand layup won't go. Rebounded by McPherson. Fox could not score. Alvord lost it. Stolen by Derby. 3-on-1 break. Askew hooks it inside. The lefty layup short. Fox the offensive board. Turns, shoots, and it rolls in. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. 49-26 Derby. Whitfield, bounce pass, Littlejohn, 4 seconds. Right side, Littlejohn, bounce pass into Doyle, layup, misses. A lot of contact, no call. Coach Kinnaman is coming in to bark at either the official or one of his players. I think an official. He wanted a whistle. He's not going to get one. The official saying no call. The quarter is over. 49-26 Derby. Fourth quarter coming up right after this. From the Midway Motors broadcast booth, you're listening to coverage of Bullpup basketball on KMCP.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
It's the season to save at Jar Automotive.
Big plans for the holidays but your car isn't ready?
Don't let car repair bills ruin your Christmas cheer.
Save your holiday cash with buy now, pay later options at Jar Performance Automotive.
Sign up online at jarautomotive.com or give them a call at 620-241-5194 to book your inspection today. Make sure your car is in tip-top shape for your trip to Grandma's house. Trust Jar with your car.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
A struggling third quarter for McPherson after cutting it to within 9 at halftime and having a bit of momentum. Derby then goes on a big spurt because of a lot of defensive breakdowns and turnovers by McPherson. It's now 49-26, a 23-point lead for Derby. So yeah, if you're doing the math, that's 19-5 that the Panthers outscored McPherson. McPherson will start off with it, and here's another turnover. Now Harris lost it for Derby and then somehow hands it off to Carter. Cross-court feed, Fox driving, layup, misses. Askew the offensive rebound, but an offensive foul called on the Panthers for an over-the-back on a rebound attempt. It's on Michaela Askew, which is her third. She had 2 fouls in the first nearly 3 or 4 minutes of play, but picks up her third in the fourth quarter. She has 9 points, which leads the team, if you would believe it. But 11 players have played for Derby, and all 11 have scored. McPherson turns it over as Alvord could not control it, driving all the way. Harris lays it in. 4 points for Harris now, 51-26 Derby. And believe it or not, we're 5 points away from a running clock for the rest of the game. And another steal by Derby. Askew inside, Fox lays it in. And Coach Kinnaman wants another timeout. His final timeout of the game. 53-26 Derby, 7:07 to go here in the ball game. We'll step aside and we'll be back in 30 seconds from Derby High School from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to Bullpup Basketball on KMCP.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Take your game to the next level at McPherson College, home to KCAC champions, NAIA All-Americans, and champions of character. McPherson College is a growing campus with expanded athletic facilities, updated dorms, and a new student center opening in 2025. Learn about our 40-plus majors and pre-professional programs, scholarships, and graduating without debt at macbulldogs.com. Your journey to greatness starts here. It's a great day to be a Bulldog.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Welcome back into Derby High School, where the Bullpups trail by 27 points. 53-26 is our score, as the Bullpups are struggling here in this second half. Again, they brought it to within 9 going into halftime on a late first half run, but then have just struggled all throughout on both sides of the ball in this second half. McPherson with it after calling their last timeout, and a reach-in foul called on Derby. It will be on Rickards, her second. 6:57 to go. That's the second team foul on Derby in this quarter. Bauer to play it in on the near sideline, looking for help, finds Alvord. Alvord only has 2 points, all of which on free throws. Whitfield drives, held up, kicks it out to Alvord. Alvord steps back, gives it back to Whitfield. Whitfield crossing over, keeping the dribble alive. She retreats near midcourt, bounce pass to Littlejohn. On a curl, Littlejohn drives, lefty layup is good. 10 points for Bryn Littlejohn. As on the other end, Derby drives, misses, but a foul will be called on Doyle, which will be her fourth of the game. And going to the line for 2 will be Callie Rickards with 6:29 to go. 53-29, or 53-28 rather. Derby leads over McPherson. It's a 25-point lead. First free throw, good by Rickards. Marin Sambo will come in for Riley Whitfield. For the Bullpups. Getting about 6.5 minutes to play. Second free throw, good. 2 for 2 at the stripe was Rickard. She has 4 points, 55-28 Derby. 27-point deficit for the Bullpups. Kick out. Bauer drives back to Alvord. Alvord almost shuffled her feet, has to give it up and does. Bauer drives, floats, misses, and an offensive foul called on Ellie Bauer, who just smiles as she heads to the other end. She doesn't believe it. That's her 4th foul, team foul number 2 on McPherson. Derby to play it in. Coach Kinnaman wanted pressure, and nobody came back to get that. Demmel kicks it out front for Lansing, kicks it near side. Rickard steps up, fires in and out, rebounded by Derby. Harris fires from the baseline and hits. 29-point Derby lead, 5:50 to go in the game. Bauer out front for Littlejohn. On a curl, near side, Sandbo. Back outside, Bauer pointing around into Littlejohn. Double team, fakes, just puts up a tough shot, misses, but she's fouled, and she'll head to the line for 2. Foul called on Lansing, her 2nd. There's only 2 players for Derby that have not fouled in this game. Those are Maya Harris and Kelby Klingen. Littlejohn at the line. First free throw is good. 11 points for Bryn. Klingen will come back in for Demmel. And Whitfield is in for Alvord. Littlejohn, 2nd free throw, good, rattles it home. And we'll also see Ellie Paulson come in for Bryn Littlejohn. 5:36 to go. Derby 57, McPherson 30. Derby to play it in far side. Harris. Pressure comes, but here comes a deep pass. 2-on-1 inside layup, good. Lansing was wide open for the lay-in, and it's back to 29. 5:20 to go. Whitfield out front, picks up her dribble, looking for help. Bounce pass out front for Doyle. Doyle lost the ball, gets back up, but it's stolen away by Harris. Pass is tipped by Sandbo, and she'll get a steal and gives it to Bauer in the backcourt. Now Bauer got a dribble, and she does. Crossing midcourt, 5 minutes left. 59-30 is the Derby lead. Sandbo, near side, drives all the way. Floater just misses, but she's fouled, and she'll head to the line. Erin Sandbo with a chance to get her first points of the game, as they'll call that on Rickards. That's her 3rd. Team foul number 5, which will put McPherson in the bonus. Sambo at the line. First free throw misses. Rather, that's the 4th team foul. No bonus yet, as Carly Cooper will check in for Brooke Doyle. Also, Sayana Carter comes back in. Piper Alver goes to the scores table. 2nd free throw, no good. 0 for 2 with Sambo. Derby with it. Here's a deep pass. Harris gets away from a defender, drives, lays it in. 61-30 Derby. It's a 30-point lead, 4:35 to go. I believe the 30 points is the running clock rule, but we'll double check. There's been no official announcement, as there's a fight for the ball. And jump ball, possession arrow goes to Derby, and indeed the clock is still running. We go to a running clock, because it's a 31-point Derby lead. And we have a little confusion, I think, on the near side. They want a substitution to bring in Jensen Alexander. Alexander comes in, scores table, talking to one of the officials. They do stop the clock at 4 minutes. Here's a deep pass inside, driving, left-hand layup, good. Immediately by Carter. 63-30 Derby leads. They've not changed the score yet. Ball poked loose out of bounds far side, and it will stay with McPherson. I believe the score is 63-30, but they have not changed the scoreboard recently. We'll double check. As McPherson plays it in, here's a backdoor feed. Alver drives, had it knocked away and taken by Derby. High pass far end, 3 on the way, got it. Sarai Graham for 3, 66-30 Derby, 3:10 to go. Bounce pass out front for Cooper. Driving near side, Alexander in the corner. Alexander lost the ball again. Harris the steal. Bounces it up near side for Klingen. Out front, Rickards into the corner. Here's another 3, swish. Who else? Sarai Graham. Her third triple of the second half. 67-30 is what the scoreboard reads. I believe it's 69-30. We'll double check though. 2:35 left in the game. Alvord on a curl. Spins, drives, lost it, foul. 15 foul on Derby. So it's bonus time for the Bullpups as Rickards is called for her 4th, but Bullpups are trailing by a lot. We'll get the final score tally when we can. The scoreboard says 67-30. Believe there should be 2 more points. Yep, there's the change, 69-30. At the free throw line, Piper Alvord misses the first shot. And for the first time, we'll see Jersey Alexander as well as Lily Pankratz for McPherson. Jersey Alexander's a 5'5 freshman. Pankratz a 5'7 sophomore. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Derby. They're up by 39 points. 1:35 to go inside. The layup is good and a foul. Carter gets the score. We'll go to the line for the and one. And the foul on Jensen Alexander. And this has just turned into a Panther beatdown. They have outscored Derby in this quarter by a score of 22-4. Free throw, good. And one by Carter. It's 72-30 Derby. 1 minute to go. Sandbo, right side, picks up her dribble, look for Pankratz, and she throws it out of bounds. I'll have to see if I can get the final turnover totals because, wow. 72-30 Derby, 2 clocks separated by 8 seconds. And Derby will have the ball. Possibly just for one final shot, driving into the corner. Harris for 3, off the side of the backboard, rebounded by McPherson. Shot clock turned off, 25 on the game clock in this quarter. A foul on Derby on Harris. 20 seconds left for Sandbo to shoot 2 free throws. Don't know if they're going to get those off in time because, again, running clock, it's still going, 7 seconds. And I think they'll give her the chance to shoot 2. Yep, they're going to. They stopped it at .1. Good job by the clock operator, by the way. .1 exactly, so they can sound the buzzer when the free throws go up. Sambo's first free throw is good, and just one more free throw, and this game will be over. Second free throw, good, and the game's over. Final score, Derby 72, McPherson 32. We'll be back after this for the Bullpup Locker Room Show. Right after this from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to Bullpup Basketball on KMCP.
Coverage of Bullpup Basketball continues next with the Bullpup Locker Room Show. Stay tuned as we name tonight's play and player of the game. The McPherson Bullpups play on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Bullpup fans, want to make a real difference in McPherson? Join the Bullpup Booster Club today. The Bullpup Booster Club proudly supports all student programs and activities, helping our teams, clubs, and organizations succeed. Your membership helps fund uniforms, equipment, and so much more for our students. By supporting the Booster Club, you're backing all the Bullpups.
RV or boat and covered outdoor storage. Text today at 620-755-6586. Countryside RV, Boat, and Self-Storage.
72-32 road. They were down 30-21 at halftime. That is a 9-point difference. In the second half, they were outscored. Turnovers and defensive breakdowns were the biggest story of this girls game in the second half in double figures. Bryn Littlejohn led with 12 and Brooke Doyle had in double figures. Bryn Littlejohn led with 12 and Brooke Doyle had 11. 4 points for Riley Whitfield, 2 points for Maren Sambo, 2 points for Piper Alvord, and 1 for Ellie Paulson. Ellie Bauer, Jersey Alexander, Jensen Alexander, Carly Cooper for Ellie Paulson. Ellie Bauer, Jersey Alexander, Jensen Alexander, Carly Cooper, and Lily Pankratz all came into the game and did not score for McPherson. On the flip side, there were 11 players that were on the floor for Derby, and all in double figures. Their leading scorer was Sarai Graham with 11. Sienna Carter had 10. And Michaela Askew finished with 9. 8 points for 3 different players, those being Maya Harris, Alicia Fox, and Carly Demmel. 5 for Mariah Herron and Callie Rickards. 3 points by Alex Dinsmore, and 2 points for Derby by 11 different players. After scoring just 44 in their loss to Andover, they get 72 in this one. They fall after scoring just 32 in this game after scoring 60 in their first one. So their point totals were nearly cut in half. They face Andover Friday, who will be a 5A contender this year. So that's the one thing to look out for, as the Bullpups fall 72-32. We'll take a break and we'll be back on KMCP.
Your home for McPherson Bullpup basketball. Find exclusive stories and streaming audio online at adastraradio.com or download the Ad Astra Radio app. 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Here's a bright idea. No billing shenanigans. With IdeaTech Internet, the price is the price. No hidden fees or charges. No billing shenanigans. Another bright idea from IdeaTech. Find your plan today at ideatech.com. Here's a bright idea. Don't rip off your customers. At IdeaTech, we give you great internet connectivity at a fair price, not a spotty connection with high prices. Another bright idea, IdeaTech. Find your plan today.
Technology and dentistry robotics to assist in placing implants. With this technology, it enables us to have better precision, smaller incisions, and helps us make implants less invasive. We are the only dental offices in the Midwest to offer.
Welcome back to Derby High School as we conclude our coverage of McPherson High School girls basketball. We'll give you coverage of boys basketball, but I'd like to thank some of our sponsors before concluding this broadcast, and those include Scooter's Coffee. You can nominate your mom for a chance to win a Scooter's Coffee gift card and be named the Scooter's Coffee Mom of the Game. Sign up on the free Ad Astra Radio app. Scooter's Coffee, be amazing. Next Tech Wireless helps us with our streaming services. You can stream today's broadcast on your phone with the Ad Astra Radio app. Powered by Next Tech Wireless. Shop for the latest phones and devices at the best prices. So our Happy Echo excellent play of the game, I would say, would have to be the end of the first half. Brooke Doyle moving back to prevent a defender from coming in, and she was able to score to bring it to within 9. At halftime, which brought them some momentum. However, they still lost by a 40-point deficit because they were outscored. End that third and tied it up at 37 apiece at the end of 3. Derby started the fourth quarter on an 11-2 run. Andover brought it to within 1 point, but they a 2-point win, 57-55. Josh Kim had a chance to win the game for Andover, as we'll obviously see him on Friday as the Bullpups take on Andover, but that shot came up just short. So that's why Derby is 1-0. They're coming off a year where they were 14-8, but they lost in the sub-state finals last year, finishing last year. But also Mason Anderson, who plays at Friends University. They also lost their big man senior last year, that being Caden Franklin. He was a tall once again. Their tallest player is a junior. He is 6'8". That's Kale Klingen, listed as a forward, but he can be kind of /forward because he can shoot the ball. But he struggled on Friday against Andover, shooting just 1 of 8, 0 for 4 from deep. He only had 2 points on. Abe is a lot better of a combo guard. He's listed as 6'6", the tallest guy on the team, but he's a shooting guard because he had 27 points last Thursday against Dodge City after a year where he led the Bullpups in scoring, averaging 16.8 per contest. And that 27 was over the past 2 years, I would believe, a career high for him. He shot 10 of 21, but 1 of 7 from deep. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in a moment as we'll pause for the national anthem from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to coverage of Bullpup basketball on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
You're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Streaming online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra radio app. The McPherson Bullpups play on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has served the unique needs of the ag industry. We get to know you and your operation, providing coverage for your farm, ranch, machinery, crops, livestock, and so much more. Find out why we've been the #1 ag insurer for 25 years. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Farm Bureau agent Luke Bauer in McPherson at 620-241-0225.
#1 ag insurer across our territory. 1996 to 2021 SNL P&C Group Direct Written Premium.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, and they're hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at BradburyGroup.com. The Bradbury teams.
Looking for a late starting college class? Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535. My future at hutchcc.edu today.
98.9 and 1540.
Vince Lombardi once famously stated, individual group effort is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work. I'm Keith Razak, and along with the insurance team at Farmers Alliance, we're cheering on all the local competitors this season. Your passion for the game. Just remember, at Farmers Alliance, through it all, we're your biggest fans.
98.9.
Let the party begin where the pizza never ends. Gather up your grub.
Hey, it's Sammy, inviting y'all to join us in Mound Ridge. We have the station, coffee, and bakery for all your ice cream, loaded.
Full time of the year, and here at RC we want you to have a comfortable holly jolly Christmas. Whether you're wanting a cold white Christmas or wishing you were saying Mere Kalikimaka, we hope you stay warm when it's cold. 241 Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad from 241 Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad from RC Heating and Cooling.
Mere Kalikimaka is a
RC Heating and Cooling.
Mere Kalikimaka is a thing to say, thing to say.
98.9 and 1540 AP.
Welcome back to Derby High School. Sorry for taking multiple breaks. Welcome back to Derby High School. Sorry for taking multiple breaks. There was a long presentation for the national anthem as the Derby High School comes to the floor. So now the Bullpups are on the floor warming up, and high school comes to the floor. So now the Bullpups are on the floor warming up, and still waiting on the Derby color guard to leave the floor. So we are 3 of 15 from behind the three-point line. 3 of 15 from behind the three-point line in their last game on Thursday against Dodge City. But in this one, they've got to knock down more shots. And obviously, defend the post as much as they can. Well, I say that. You're going to have to pretty much defend all 5 positions are McPherson, because they do have some terrific outside shooters. Jack Olwelling is probably their best shooter that's returning last year, but he struggled on Thursday, shooting just 1 of 8, 0 for 6 from deep. But he had a terrific year last year, earning all-league honorable mention in the Arc Valley League in Division I. Jackson Malvo has been a surprise. Starting off, as he is a 6'4" senior, he had a double-double against Andover, 20 points, 11 rebounds, shooting 9 of 14 and 2 for 3 from the stripe. You're going to have to contain him too, but it's going to be interesting to see who's going to get the matchup on him, because McPherson has guys that are 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", and then the lone outlier being Gabe Pyle, who's 6'6". So tough Derby team who possibly could be a contender in 6A this year. We'll step aside one final time, and we will give you the starting lineups, brought to you by Act 360. Tip-off of the boys basketball game between the McPherson Bullpups and the Derby Panthers. From the Midway Motors broadcast booth, you're listening to Bullpup basketball of the boys basketball game between the McPherson Bullpups and the Derby Panthers. From the Midway Motors broadcast booth, you're listening to Bullpup basketball on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
More of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchins, Isle of Life. Your home for the McPherson Bullpups is 98.9 and 1540 KMCP. Your home for the McPherson Bullpups is 98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Your life is as unique as you are, so why should your celebration of life be just like everyone else's? Glidden Edgar Wiggins Funeral Home in McPherson will help you plan a service that's a tribute to your memory. John Wiggins video tributes, printed programs tailored to you, and a service that is truly a tribute to you.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Welcome back in once again to Derby High School for coverage 3. They beat them twice last year, once at home for the second game at home, the second game of the season, and in the McPherson Invitational. But Derby has won 4 straight games against McPherson. McPherson won in this building was February 21st, 2011. That's 13 years. The two teams did not play between 2012 and 2016. Now, the last 5 times that these two teams have met, it has been decided. So, yeah, these are always fun games to have here in this one here today for both of these teams, especially these Bullpups need a statement win after kind of struggling against Dodge City for 3 quarters. The McPherson Bullpups, they are 6'3" junior Cade Strathman, 6'2" junior Jet Pyle, 6' senior Bishop Brown, 6'6" senior Gabe Pyle, and Isaac. So again, a starting lineup just like last year that has only juniors and seniors. Coach Kidman likes the experience that he has on his team, and that carries forward into this one. So now the starting lineup for Derby High School. They are 6' senior guard Braden Smith, 1 senior guard Caden Titus, and then finally 6'8" junior forward Kale Klingen. Those lineups brought to you by Act 360 Insurance. Act 360 Insurance is here to partner in your legacy. Contact agents Darren Eddy or Code Devices at the best prices. Pyle Law, if you've been injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident, call Pyle Law, 241-9000. Tom takes the time to give you the benefits you deserve. Scooters Coffee, nominate your mom for a chance to win the Scooters Coffee gift card and be named our Scooters Coffee at Astro Radio app. Scooters Coffee, be amazing. McPherson will wear their road reds, their red jerseys, red shorts with black stripes on the left and right side with some little polka dots that are in red, black, and white on those stripes. White lettering and numbering on the front and back, spelling McPherson on their chest. And for Derby, they are in laundry, just like the players. McPherson Laundry can help you look like a winner. McPherson Laundry, it's their job to make you look your best. Both teams make their way onto the floor. McPherson, last year in their undefeated season, where they went 25-0, had 3 games where they only won by single digits. 2 of those were to Derby. The other was in the state championship against Hugoton. Victory at the Roundhouse, a 62-55 victory at the Roundhouse as well in the McPherson Invitational. Gabe Pyle versus Cale Klingon, toss of the tap, won by McPherson. Bullpups will start it off as they go from left to right as we view the court starting at 7:52 local time on the drive. An offensive foul called to start it off. A charge in the paint on Jet Pyle. That's one thing that the Panthers can do. They are unselfish defensively. That means they can draw charges at any point. Now the Panthers will have their first offensive possession. Smith with the ball out front. Olwelling drives inside. Razak blocks him out of bounds. It'll stay with Derby. Good defensive presence inside by Ian Razak. 6'3", seeing a lot of muscle and size inside. Last week signed to play baseball at Cloud County. On the inbound, Olwelling drives, pulls up from 12, swish. First points of the game go to Jack Olwelling for the Derby Panthers, and Derby will press right off the inbound. Brown, far side, Razak steps up, defender falls down, layup good. Officials say it was a flop, so they just go with a call that time. Razak gets the first Bullpup points of the day. 2-all, 40 seconds in. Malvo with it, kicks it out. Smith steps up and floats with the left hand, won't go, rebounded by McPherson. Here come the Bullpups. Gabe Pyle controlling it, the 6'6" shooting guard. Gives it up near side. Brown into the corner for Strathman. Tried to get it into Razak, then stolen by Smith, and then it's stolen back by Strathman. Strathman inside. Brown, left-hand layup, crawls off. Rebounded by Derby. Klingon almost lost it. Here come the Panthers. Deep pass Malvo. Tried to give it up baseline, but it's tipped out of bounds by Jet Pyle. We'll already see our first substitution is Ashton Malm. We'll check in. It's over to the scores table to give a flop warning to Jackson Malvo. The second one results, if there is one, a second one results in a technical foul. The official told head coach Brett Flory for Derby that's one thing that they're trying to mitigate this year is flopping. Panthers play it in. On the all the way, lefty layup is good, getting past Jet Pyle, and Smith with his first points. Now off the inbound, it's tipped. Malm gets it, looking to sprint. Flashton Malm on the run. Stops near side. Strathman, catch and shoot. Corner pop. Misses strong, misses off the heel as well. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with McPherson. Ashton Malm, who kicked that out, recently named an All-State honorable mention from last year's football season, or this year's football season, I should say, just about a month ago. Deep inbound, Jet Pyle. Shot clock did reset as the foul was called. First team foul on, or rather it was not a foul, it was just tipped out of bounds off of Derby, off a missed shot that hit the rim. Strathman out front. Left side, Malm lost it off his shin and out of bounds. 4-2 Derby, 6:11 to go here in the first quarter. Panthers to play it in front of their student section on the far side to our right. Looks like they're Hawaii night. A lot of people wearing leis and some of those straw skirts. Into the corner, Olwelling for three, got it. He was only he was 0 for 6 from deep. Now here's a deep pass. Pyle lays it up and in. Gabe Pyle on the run, scoops it all the way home, breaking past the pressure. 7-4 Derby. Olwelling on the drive, kicks it up inside. Malvo with the right-hand thunder jam. Flexing on the defense as well. Coach Kinnaman telling the official he maybe wanted a technical on that. They don't. Bounce pass. Razak near side. Gabe, catch and shoot. 3. Too strong. Rebounded by Derby. Panthers on an early run. Here comes Olwelling. Left-handed dribble. Pulls up for 3. Too strong. Malvo goes over the back and is called for the foul. Went right over Jet Pyle, and he's called for his first foul of the game. Bishop Brown checks back in. We'll also see Brody Seidel come in for Ian Razak. Seidel tied Razak as a team leader in rebounds with 6, despite Seidel playing just 12 minutes. 9-4 Derby. Bullpups with the ball against the full court pressure. They play it into Malm. on the baseline. As the defense sags off, he sprints past O'Welling. Malm all the way. Defender falls down. They're going to call another charge, this time on Ashton Malm. Second team foul, both of them being charges, one by Jet Pyle, the other by Ashton Malm. Braden Smith will check back in. He'll replace Jack O'Welling. As Avant Riley is in the game, he was 5 for 8 from deep. Cross-court feed, Smith into the corner. Back to Smith near side, driving all the way. Splits the defense and lays it in. Braden Smith had only 3 points on Thursday. He's already eclipsed that, or rather last Friday. 11-4 Derby. 4:45 first quarter. Jet on the drive, blocking foul, layup good. Out. The officials said, no, they waved away the shot. Are you kidding me? Wow. The official put up 2 fingers to say 2 shots. The shot went in, and then they said no bucket. Count the basket. Okay, they changed it. Good job by the officials to come together and overturn it. I know I said, are you kidding me? But the officials did a good job coming together and talking it over. That's what you do. So Jet Pyle at the line to convert the and one. Free throw, short. Offensive rebound by Gabe Pyle. Jet has it again. Kick out to Gabe, left wing. Fresh shot clock as they'll slow it down. Hand off Jet on the far corner. 11-6 Derby. 4:35 left first quarter. Jet crosses. Gabe wants a deep 3. Bullseye! Off the backboard as well. 11-9 as Gabe gets his first 3 of the game. He has 5 early points. Riley double teamed. High pass Smith into the near corner. Channing Marshall traveled with the ball. It's a turnover. Jackson Malvo will come right back in for Derby, and he will replace Cale Klingen. 4:17 first quarter, 11-9 Derby, but the Bullpups have scored 5 straight. Jet needs help as double comes. Near side Malm splitting through. Malm stops, kick out. Brown back out front for Jet Pyle. Jet on the right wing, hand off to Malm. Malm crosses, steps back out front for Gabe. About 25 feet from the rim, 12 on the shot clock. Brown left side, ball above his head. Brown drives, stops, tried to give it inside for Seidel, but it's stolen by Malvo. Here come the Panthers. Riley up ahead. Left-hand dribble, hard screen, offensive foul called on Jason Malvo. He's got 2 early fouls. He'll have to come to the bench. Kel Klingen will come back in for him as Kate Strathman comes back in for the Bullpups for Ashton Malm. That's a key loss for Derby after the terrific game that he had against Andover last Friday, where he had a 20.11. Now he has 2 early fouls and has to sit out. Jet crosses, gives it near side for Brown across midcourt as they break the press. Gabe Pyle out front, crosses, stops at the elbow, looking for help, into the corner. Brown open for a 3, way too strong, tipped out of bounds off of Brody Seidel. It'll go to Derby. A 2-point Derby lead now with 3:22 to go in this first quarter. Rolling it up the floor, Smith picks it up far side, just shy of midcourt. Braden Smith at that, the 6-foot senior, near side, swinging it into the corner. Riley, he's a sharpshooter going up against Jet. He floats one up, misses. Jet looked like he flopped, but I didn't see a flop warning called. Head coach Brett Flory for Mulvane wanted one. Bullpup still down by 2. Brown off of the weave. Brown wanted to go baseline, but he couldn't. Gives it up to Seidel. Handoff, Jet. Jet now drives left against Klingen. Tough layup is good. What a play by Jet Pyle. Had to scoop it up high off the glass to get it past the 6'8 Cale Klingen. Tie game at 11. Here's a steal. Strathman has Gabe. Strathman all the way. Shot blocked and a wedgie. It's stuck between the rim and the backboard. Jump ball to Costa Derby after that. Unless the officials are coming together for something. Yep, jump ball, possession to Derby. Jack O'Welling comes back in. So does Caden Titus. For Derby. Ashton Malm back in as well. He'll check in for Jet Pyle. Jet gets a bit of rest. 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. Tie game at 11. Riley guarded well. Here comes a double with Gabe. Riley steps up near side. A fake. Stepping up. Pulling up for two. Misses strong. Rebounded by Malm. That shot was by Mason Bowie, and he did not get it to go. Brown on the near side. Brown crosses. Drives all the way. Shot blocked and out of bounds. Last touch by Derby. Brown went up against two taller defenders. And Ian Razak will come in for Brody Seidel. 2:10 left. Shot clock at 26 when the Bullpups play it in. Strathman looking deep inbound for Malm on the near wing. Gets a screen from Brown. Malm retreats. Coach Kurt Kinnaman calls out a play, holding up his fists. Malm does the same, controlling the point, driving on Klingon, steps back at the elbow. Looking for help, finds Razak, who lost it out of bounds. Brendan Doyle will head to the scores table immediately. He'll come in for Bishop Brown. Still tie game at 11. For both teams, three different scorers. One with 5, one with 4, one with 2. Here comes Riley, stops, steps back, fires and hits. Riley with his first points of the game after having 21 on Friday. They'll play it into Malm off the baseline as they press again. Malm pushing at the free throw line, try to get it into Razak, lost the handle. Ball is loose on the far side. Can they save it? They did, off of Razak's foot and out of bounds. Back to Derby, it'll go. Channing Marshall will come back in. He'll replace Mason Bowie with 88 seconds left in the first quarter. Derby leads 13-11, and the Panthers have the ball. Riley controlling the point. Riley using Klingon. Klingon near side. He wants a three. Too strong. Rebounded by Strathman. Here comes Gabe Pyle controlling it, the 6'6 shooting guard. Stepping left. Fires for three. Too strong. Rebounded by Derby. Empty possession that time for the Bullpups. Here comes Olwelling. Crosses, lost it, got it back. Back out Klingon, up fakes. Drives on Razak. Gives it inside. Marshall on the drive. Stumbled and a tripping foul called on McPherson on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Foul on Cade Strathman.
Foul number 2 for the Bullpups.
52.8 seconds to go. First quarter, Derby can extend their lead at the line for Channing Marshall. These will be his first free throw attempts of the season. First free throw too strong. He's also still looking for his first point of the season. He shot 0 for 4 against Andover. Jet Pyle comes in for Ashton Malm.
Marshall will have one more free throw.
52.8 left in the quarter. Second free throw was good. 14-11 Derby. 50 seconds left. Jet needed help after he was doubled. Doyle has it far side. Doyle looking to give it up and does for Jet Pyle. Jet near side for Gabe. Gabe back to Doyle, left wing. Back to Jet Pyle, left wing. Chest high dribble, cross court feed to his cousin Gabe. Back out front, Doyle looking inside, has Razak. Razak back out, Doyle, he wants a three. Way wide, rebound, fought for. Razak tried to keep it alive, and it's out of bounds to Derby. 14-11, the score. Derby leads, 24 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock is dark. Derby could hold for the last shot and try to take this into a 2-possession lead going into the second quarter. Riley with it, crossing midcourt. Guarded by Jet, gets a screen. Riley steps back for three, too strong. Rebound, fought for, foul on Derby. Just the 4th team foul, so the Bullpups will get a chance to shoot. Marshall called for his second foul. 8.2 to go in the first quarter. Bullpups down by 3. Marshall will have to sub out with the 2 fouls. Mason Bowie, the 6-foot senior combo guard, comes back in. Razak will play it in against the full court pressure by the Panthers. They play it in. Strathman, he got ahead of his defender. He has a chance to push. Now he curls 5 seconds at midcourt. Strathman just has to do something. 1 second, floats it up from half court. Got it at the buzzer! Cade Strathman ties the game at the horn with a 35-foot three. Coach Kurt Kinnaman's not happy that he slew it down, but he'll go up to him and say, hey, nice shot, young buck, as it's tied at 14. Second quarter coming up right after this from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to Bullpup Basketball on KMCP.
Playing Santa isn't always easy. Holiday stress levels are high, and the list of people to buy for keeps growing. Great Plains Federal Credit Union can take the stress out of your holiday shopping with Visa gift cards. They are the safe and easy way to ensure your loved ones get the perfect gift they've always wanted. Stop by today to get your holiday Visa gift cards at Great Plains Federal Credit Union, with locations in McPherson, Salina, Hillsboro, and Abilene. Member NCUA.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Tie game at 14 through one quarter of play. Cade Strathman put up a desperation three at the buzzer and got it to go to deadlock this game. Got immediate high five from his father, too, who's now an assistant for the boys basketball team. Was a head coach for the girls team for 19 years. And now coaching his son. McPherson will start off the second quarter with the ball. After tying the game, Jet Pyle left wing, crosses over, stops at the baseline, needs help. Into Razak, left-hand layup, good. Terrific pass by Jet, finding Razak for the open bucket, and a 5-0 swing by the Bullpups. They lead. Klingon inside, trips, and a travel called on Klingon. Good defense by Gabe Pyle and Bishop Brown in the paint. (16-14) McPherson against a full court press again by Derby. This game pretty much going to turn into a track meet. Strathman on the drive all the way. Right-hand layup, no. Razak skies for the board. Tried to save it through his legs like a football center. Instead, it's taken away. Bowie, Euro steps, trips and falls, and a blocking foul called. I think this one will be on Jet Pyle. It's on the floor. No shot. Nope, it's on Cade Strathman, his second. So Derby to play it in. Off the baseline, 16-14 Bullpup lead. Shot clock resets, high pass inside. Tough shot up, blocked by Gabe and taken by Razak. Derby wanted a foul, did not get one as Titus was blocked in the paint. Gabe Pyle on the left side, guarded by Klingon, 6'6" versus 6'8". He'll fade back, shoot from the free throw line, rattles out. Brown the offensive rebound. Looking, bounce pass into Jet Pyle, lays it in, and the foul. Jet Pyle again in the paint, looking for the and one. 6 points for Jet. Foul on Titus, his first. Team foul number 1 in the quarter. Pyle's free throw in and out. Strathman the offensive rebound. Jet out front, Gabe for three, misses wide. Another offensive rebound. Razak in the trees, misses, but it's tipped out of bounds. Coach Kinnaman wanted a foul, did not get one. Certainly letting him play today. Brody Seidel will come in for Gabe Pyle. Pyle will get a breather as this will be his first time on the bench today. Strathman to play it in, 33 on the shot clock. Up 18-14, 6:43 left in the half. Deep inbound for Brown on the left wing, guarded well by Smith. Now to Jet, defender falls down. Smith steps up, 5-on-4, inside. Seidel lays it up and in. Another terrific look by the McPherson offense. And they have their largest lead of the game of 6. Riley into the corner, Marshall for three. He hit it. That's a big time answer by Derby. 4 points for Channing Marshall, 20-17. Jet Pyle stepping forward. He's got to cross the timeline, and he will with a pass to Strathman with a couple seconds to spare. Strathman left wing, gets a screen from Razak. Now guarded by Klingon. Big time size advantage for Derby defensively. Hand off Seidel as they work it around. Now Jet Pyle controlling the point. Shot clock down to 12. And Coach Kurt Kinnaman wants a timeout. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here as Gabe Pyle will check in because of that timeout. I think that's why Coach Kinnaman wanted to call it, his first timeout called of this game. 20-17 McPherson, 5:51 to go in the second quarter. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors for helping us out all season long and pretty much every calendar year for giving you coverage of Bullpup athletics. First Bank Kansas, Scooters Coffee, Farm Bureau Agency with Luke Bauer, Farmers Alliance, Headland Electric, the Bradbury Company, the Hub, MTC, Hutchinson Community College, Alliance Agency, APAC Shears, and Raleigh Insurance. 6 points for Jet Pyle leads the Bullpups. He's 0 for 2 at the stripe, but both misses have turned into offensive rebounds. Gabe Pyle with 5. Meanwhile, Jack O'Welling leads all Panthers with 5 as well. But O'Welling's on the bench. Played into the backcourt with the shot clock at 8. Gabe with a double coming, kicks it to Jet, left side, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Jet's got to do something with 3 seconds, spins 1 second. He did not know. It's a shot clock violation. (20-17). Bullpup lead after that key turnover. First shot clock violation we've seen called on McPherson this year. Riley into the corner, 3 by David Johnson, way too strong. Offensive rebound, layup is good, and the foul. Channing Marshall with the board and the score, and a foul called. A foul, I believe, on Brody Seidel. Yep, it is. His first. Marshall to tie the game. He does with the and one. A quick 6-0 swing by Derby. Tie game at 20. 5:25 to go in the half. Brown to Jet Pyle across midcourt. Jet driving, floating, missing, but a foul, and Jet's going back to the line. Foul on David Johnson, his first. Pyle's 0 for 2. So far at the line. He was 9 for 12 on Thursday. First free throw, good by Jet. Ashton Malm will come in for Brody Seidel. Head coach Brett Flory trying to argue more for flop warnings after one of his guys, Jackson Malvo, was called for one, but Malvo has 2 fouls, which is why he's on the bench. Bullpups take the lead. Can they extend it? Yes. 2 for 2 at the stripe is Jet Pyle. 8 points for him, 22-20 McPherson, 5:15 in the half. Johnson in the corner, looking for help, finds Riley, right wing, guarded well by Jet Pyle. Riley splits through, tries to put one up, misses. A foul on the drive, not on the shot, so it'll be an inbound. That's just team foul number 2 on McPherson. Bishop Brown called for the harm. 5 different scores for both teams, 22-20 McPherson. They play it in. Marshall in the wing. Wants a 3. Way too strong. Offensive rebound, though, by Smith. Swings it right side. Riley wide open. Too strong again. Rebound fought for Brown on the baseline. Lost it out of bounds. Back to Derby with a fresh 35. Smith slaps the ball and then plays it in. He gets it back in the corner. Spins past Malm. Drives. Play a block by Brown and taken by McPherson. Malm and a breakaway near side. Slows it down as they did not have the numbers. Now drives. Lefty layup. Just misses. Razak skies for the board but doesn't get it. The taller Cale Klingon does. Here comes Derby. Riley on a double team. Right side for Smith. Now guarded. Floats it in the lane. Misses, but he's fouled. And he'll head to the line to try to tie the game. Another foul on Bishop Brown. He's got 2. Brody Seidel will head to the scorers table to check in, likely for Brown, who's got the 2 harms. Braden Smith at the line. 1 for 2 last Friday. First free throw here is good. And yep, Seidel will come in for Brown. Also to get them some size. Seidel at 6'3". Terrific rebounder. This free throw would tie the game with 4:34 left in the second quarter. It's up. It's no good. Rebounded by McPherson. 22-21 Bullpups. Jet Pyle got the board and will control the point. Pyle steps up, gets a screen from Seidel. Near side into the corner. Gabe for 3. You bet! Gabe Pyle, his second 3 of the game. He only went 1 for 7 last Thursday. He eclipses that mark that he had last week already. 25-21. McPherson, as Riley mishandles the ball and is called for a travel. So McPherson with a 4-point lead will look to extend it. 4:11 to go in the half. Malm to play it in to Jet, way in the backcourt, and he'll control the point. Jet Pyle, who pretty much by a lot of media resources had a terrific summer, and he likely could be a good prospect in the future. Pass inside, Razak, left-hand layup, good, and the foul off the feed from Ashton Malm. What a feed by the speedster into the big man, and they'll look to make it a 7-point lead. Channing Marshall call for his third, which is big. He's the leading scorer right now. Razak at the line held the ball, but substitution had to come in first as Caden Titus will come back in. Marshall with 7 points in this first half, and he'll have to head to the bench with 3. Razak's free throw was good. Off the front rim, off the backboard and in. It's 28-21 McPherson, 3:55 to go in the second quarter. Riley, right side, back to him. Stops at the free throw line, shoots over Jet. Line drive shot is good. What a shot by Avant Riley. Bullpups break past the press. Here comes Malm. Looking inside, stops, tried to kick it out. It's tipped, and Jet will collect it near midcourt. Jet with a stutter step. Double teamed in the corner, needs to give it up and does to his cousin. Gabe Pyle near side. On the curl, going to his left. Wants Malm to get the ball, he does. And back out front, shot clock down to 12. Jet gets past the defender, drives inside. Razak, he has Malm. Instead, he turns and hooks it up and in with the left hand. 9 first half points for Ian Razak. 30-23, Bullpups, 3:05 left in the half. Riley, a deep three. In and out, rebound fought for, Seidel with it. The athleticism of Brody Seidel getting past Cale Klingon, the 6'8 junior. Pyle controls the point, wants a screen from Seidel, doesn't use it. Out to Razak, almost walked with it, near side for Malm. Malm held up, has not dribbled, now does with the left hand. Back outside for Razak, swings it left side for Gabe Pyle on the wing. Shot clock at 12. Between the legs he goes. Gabe wanting to make something happen on the baseline. He stepped out of bounds before trying to give it to Razak, who would not have turned it over if his shoe size was just one smaller. 30-23 McPherson, 2.5 minutes to play. Derby with the ball, going from right to left as we view the courts. Riley stops out front, near side. Stepping back is Bowie, guarded by Seidel. Bowie drives, gives it inside. Klingon cannot get the bunny, and he's called for a foul. Klingon's first. He has not scored in this one. Just the 4th team foul. As Brendan Doyle will come in for Jet Pyle. 2:15 to go in the half. Bullpups lead 30-23. Gabe Pyle to play it in, and he does. Ashton Malm pushing past everybody. Boy, has he been a key addition just to get past the press. That's probably why he's been in the lineup for so long. Curl pulls up from the elbow on by Derby in this game. But because it's an offensive foul, it does not warrant free throws. 1:45 left in this first half. Derby would love to at least cut it within 2 possessions going into the break. Lee up fakes, kicks it outside for Bowie. Right side Klingon wants a 3, too strong. Gabe Pyle tried to fight for the rebound, tipped out of bounds. They say off of Gabe. One of them in and overrule it, I think, because it looked like it was off of Titus. Yep, they'll change it. It'll go to McPherson. As Jet Pyle will come back in. Gabe tried to play it in. It was tipped by Riley. He held it, tried to save it, but his foot was out of bounds. So it'll stay with the Bullpups. Coach Kinnaman wanting more of an effort offensively. Again, they're going against full court pressure. Going against Old Welling. Double comes with Klingon. Seidel looking, finds Razak left wing, and they'll slow things down. Swings it, Gabe Pyle. Jet now out front, Razak swings it, Gabe Pyle. Jet now out front. Razak looking for Malm. Finds him. Thought about a 3, but held it. 8. Jet guarded by Klingon. Now to Malm. Down to 5. Down to 4. Malm's got to do something. Now out to Gabe. Can he make some magic? Malm down to 5. Down to 4. Malm's got to do something. Now out to Gabe. Can he make some magic? Here's a 3. Off the mark. Did not hit rim. It's a violation. Side, but did not draw iron. So turns into a shot clock violation, and the Panthers will get it. 46.9 to go in the half. The two clocks separated by 11 seconds. Riley crosses over on Malm, stops into the corner. Olwelling drives baseline, tough shot, got it and one. Jack Olwelling with a tough, strong man move into the paint to get the floater. Foul called on Jet Pyle, his second. And this could bring it into a 4-point game. Shot clock turned off, so McPherson will likely hold for the last shot. Olwelling's free throw is good. Razak has Seidel, bounce pass into Seidel. Lefty layup, no, but a foul on Olwelling. Good look by Gabe Pyle, acting as a quarterback, going against, throwing it to a couple of receivers. Free throw routine where he doesn't even dribble. He just catches it, bends the knees, and shoots. He shoots a high arcer, too, which could draw iron and leave a possibility for his own throw. Misses, and rebounded by Riley, just tight-roping the baseline, staying in bounds. So now they can hold for the last shot. Riley guarded well. 20 seconds left in the half. Riley gives it to Klingon, almost lost it. Riley will control it again. Guarded well by Malm, and then Malm is called for reaching in. Derby's in the bonus, so Avant Riley's going to the line, and Malm is called for his second. 13.4 to go in the half. Riley can cut it into a one-possession game. 2 free throws. First free throw, good for Riley. David Johnson will come back in for Jack Olwelling. Riley to make it a 2-point game. It's up and it's good. Or rather 30-28. McPherson, 13.4 left in the half.
9 and 15 KMCP.
Coach Kinnaman urging his guys in the low post to box out, with Ian Razak and Cade Strathman in the low post. Gabe Pyle in the high post. Second free throw. In and out. Rebound. Tipped by Strathman right to Gabe. Good play. Here comes Gabe Pyle. Near side. Malm fakes. Finds Gabe. Right side. Strathman. Catch and shoot. He wants a 3. Misses off the heel. Long rebound to Malm. Now Gabe. He'll try a 3. In and out. Another offensive rebound. This time by Bishop Brown. The offensive boards. What a job by McPherson. Gabe Pyle. High pass into Razak. Perfect pass. Layup good. Coach Kinnaman wanted a foul, did not get one. He is irate, but Razak puts the Bullpups up by 11. 41-30. Riley steps back on Malm, near side for Titus. Titus on the drive, a layup good, and a blocking foul called on Ashton Malm. Titus gets his first points of the game, and they're big ones. Or did they call it on Strathman? I thought it would be on Malm. I hope they call it on Strathman, which is his third. Okay, they changed it. It is on Malm. Has 3, but Strathman still with 2. And Titus at the line to try to get the and 1. Free throw is up and good. And 1 goes for because Mason Bowie will check back in for Titus. 41-33 McPherson, 4:51 to go in the third. Gabe to play. Crosses over on Strathman, drives, foul on the floor on Strathman. Now that's his third. Yep, now both for Derby, as that was a team foul on the Pups in this quarter. Smith inside, Malvo lays it in. Just off the inbound, Malvo was left wide open. He's got 4 points. And a bump foul called on Avant Riley for hitting Ashton Malm. So that's the third team foul, and Riley's called for his second. That one was tough because it was tipped. and possibly could have been stolen. Gabe plays it into Jet, back to Gabe. Double comes to Jet. Bump near mid-ball, pass inside Side. Bump near mid-ball, pass inside Seidel on a curl, lays it up, blocked, but a foul. Brody Seidel going to the line. Actually dribbled the times and didn't just do that no dribble and then shot. Okay, dribbled the times and didn't just do that no dribble and then shot. Okay, no he didn't. Second free throw, short, and almost rebounded by Brown, but hit off of his shins and out of bounds. Coach Kinnaman claps his hands, says get a stop. McPherson up 40 out of bounds. Coach Kinnaman claps his hands, says get a stop. McPherson up 42-35. 4:04 to go in the third quarter. Panthers need a big bucket in a big way. Well, now they're discussing it. One official pointed. And now get in. Looking, a lob inside. Gabe lays it up and in. 22 points for Gabe Pyle. 44 combined points by the two cousins with the last name Pyle. 66-63 McPherson. Riley, guarded by Jet. Stops out front. Titus, near side, lays it up. Got it, and a foul. Foul on Jet Pyle, that's his fourth. And that's key. Titus a chance for the and one to tie the game again. Ashton Malm will have to come back in. Nope, he comes in for Bishop Brown. So Pyle staying in with the 4 fouls. There's also Jack Olwelling to tie the game. Free throw is up. In and out, rebounded by McPherson. You talk about a lucky break. Pyle takes it into the forecourt. 3 minutes to go. McPherson's lead is 1. Malm, right side Strathman. Looking, finds Jet Pyle, near side of the corner for Gabe. On a curl, out front, stride for Malm. Scanning, high pass, intended for Razak, is tipped and stolen by Klingon. Derby with a chance to take the lead with 2:40 to go. Into the corner, Olwelling's 3 is blocked. He kicks it out. Titus on the drive, inside, lays it in.
Is home to KCAC champions, NAIA All-Americans, and champions of character. We're also home to some of the lowest student debt to be a Bulldog. Learn more at macbulldogs.com.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
69 all with 55 seconds to go here at Derby High School. A back and forth affair we have gone in this pretty much entire second half. The Bullpups need a huge stop right here, but Derby has caught fire recently. Go with to try to take the lead. And the
Tech. Find your ideatech.com.
Best thing about my job is working with young kids. The relationships that I get to establish and the smiles that we get to create.
Any of our locations and little places.
McPherson Dental in Buhler, Inman, Hillsborough, McPherson, and Lyons, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
98.9 and 1540 KMCP.
Now, fallen to 1-1 on the year, and Derby has defeated them 72-71. Welcome into the Bullpup Locker Room Show. Jelling gave Derby the win with a game-winning free throw as he was fouled with 4 seconds left, and McPherson was not able to get a final shot off. I think Pyle was about at half court, but he was double-teamed, and I don't know if he tried to pass it inside or just shoot one up, but it was way short as McPherson falls 72-71. Jet Pyle each had 24 points. 16 second-half points for Jet, 14 for Gabe. Ian Razak had 16 points on the game. 3 apiece for Brody Seidel, 13 for Titus, 11 for Smith, 6 for Riley, 3 for Bowie, and 3 for Klingon. So tough go of things for McPherson as they by a final score of 72-71. First loss since 2023 when they lost in the state champion. Of course, getting revenge just against them and being undefeated. But now the Bullpup boys basketball team knows what it's like to lose a game now for the first time in a couple years. by a single point, 72-71 here today. We'll hear from head coach Kurt Kinnaman in just a few minutes here at McPherson High School. He's talking to his team, trying to give them some love. Of course, they battled tooth and tough 6A team, and a team that thankfully they don't have to face for the rest of the year. It's basically an early season tooth and tough 6A team, and a team that thankfully they don't have to face for the rest of the year. It's basically an early season type game just for bragging rights and basically to prove yourselves worthy. You know, McPherson does that. We see why they're so dominant, because no matter how you play, McPherson does that. We see why they're so dominant, because no matter how you play against good teams, they make you better, without a shadow of a doubt. And, when you go into the rest of 4A play, of course, you have Andover on Friday, who's a 5A team and a contender for the state championship for both girls and boys. It's a chance. Of course, you have Andover on Friday, who's a 5A team and a contender for the state championship for both girls and boys. It's a chance to turn things around here today here at the Roundhouse for the Wall of Fame night. So to turn things around here today here at the Roundhouse for the Wall of Fame night. So again, final score: the McPherson boys fall by a final score of 72-71 here on the road as here today to 1. They did 2-71 here on the road as here today to 1. They did exactly that, but it was back and forth, and again, Derby's going to be a tough team to beat just all around the state, even in 6A for the rest of the year. They have Wichita Independent on Friday before it gets Mays, then Mays, then Mays South, then Salina South. So that'll be interesting moving forward. We'll hear from head coach Kurt Kinnaman South, then Salina South. So that'll be interesting moving forward. We'll hear from head coach Kurt Kinnaman right after this from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to Bullpup Basketball on KMCP.
The Ad Astra radio app. 98.9 and 1540 KMCP. 40 KMCP.
Winter's coming. Get your equipment ready. With locations in McPherson, Minneapolis, and Salina, we'll keep your gear running smooth. Minneapolis and Salina, we'll keep your gear running smoothly all season long. Call today all season long. Call today to learn more about our winter service promotion.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Work from home. Work for your happyeggfarms.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of McPherson County Athletics.
98.9 and 1540.
Welcome in for the final time here today at Derby High School as the Bullpups fall 72-71 on the road to go to 1-1 on the season and snap a 26-game win streak. We're joined, Coach. A good way of looking at it is you really fought tooth and nail with a really good 6A team, but fall by just the slimmest of margins.
First time being around me after a loss,
yeah.
and
it's a new experience.
A really good way to look at it. You say, I will say that our kid, like we did, was really good. And, I thought our bench played really well. Obviously Gabe and Jet were fantastic, but I thought that's Ian's best game by far, just from chasing down loose balls and just a toughness. He made a couple of errors, but he's learned and he won't make those same mistakes. Coach Peck said it best. Is this going to make us better? And I think it will. Been of 2023 since we lost a game, and bottom line, you can't give up 72 points in front of you, and we didn't do a good enough job of that. But I will not fault our effort one bit. Just